closure, the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. One of us will have to take a bow. Feeling you so close to me, we drive around. Everlasting love, so much to go around. You got me so high, I can't come down. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. Your soul is the ocean, and I can't touch the floor.
Good morning to the Vooka family. It's yet another fantastic and amazing Wednesday. Kona lagu Vooka Breakfast Show. We hope you guys are doing okay. But obviously we're going to start you off with something that feels amazing and something that is much needed right now because it's December, boss. And that is Picture of the Day. Now, Picture of the Day today is Blue Waters Hotel. Now, Blue Waters Hotel is in Durban and it is a landmark with a beachfront property on the city's Golden Mile, offering ocean view rooms, a rooftop pool, and easy access to entertainment hubs like Suncoast Casino and Kings Park Stadium. Known for its classic elegance, the 4-star hotel features 262 refurbished guest rooms, tailored function packages, and a reputation for warm hospitality, making it a favorite for both leisure and business travelers. Now, I hope you guys are going to be heading over there this December. And for our guests, we'll be having Osvaldo coming in to talk about the Demartini method. Now, you know that when he comes in, he's all about keeping yourself safe when it comes to your mental health. So I hope you guys are going to tune in for that one. Now we're going to take a little break and then come back with the news and sports headlines.
I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. I can feel you there. Once I had you know. Back of my mind, I'm feeling I will never let you go. My heart falls fast in love. I'm still here. Makes me cold. I will fly on, baby, please just
Welcome back, and these are your news headlines. Now, in your first headlines, 2 Mozambicans have been arrested after firearms linked to police officers' murder found in Mamelodi. 2 Mozambican nationals were arrested after police recovered a stolen SEB's 9mm pistol and an R5 rifle linked to the murders of Sergeant Rapotso and Constable Manji in Ivory Park. The weapons were found in Tembisa and in Mamelodi East during an intelligence-led raid. The suspects face firearm charges while investigations into the killings continue. SAPS is still searching for more suspects and a missing pistol. National Commissioner General Fanima Semrula praised the swift breakthrough and ordered maximum resources to track down the killers. Now, your second news headline. Bloody start to December. 8 killed in separate Mpumalanga crashes. 8 people died in 2 Mpumalanga crashes, 5 in a bus overturned on the R33 near Mkondo and 3 in the minibus taxi truck collision on the R38 near Barberton. Over 20 passengers sustained injuries. MECs Tulasizo Tomo and Jackie urged vigilance, roadworthy vehicles and caution in wet festive season conditions, extending condolences to affected families. Now, on your third news headline. man. Huge shopping center being built at the heart of a new 5 billion smart city in South Africa. Leratong City, a 5 billion smart city in Mogale City, Gauteng, is underway with 42,000 square meter shopping center set to open in October 2026. The major project includes 15,000 housing units, schools, hospitals, and public amenities, aiming to drive urban regeneration and job creation. Now we're going to take a little break and then come back with your sports updates.
Just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Maybe for once, just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you've asked me to do. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you asked, but I wasted time. Forget your truth, you're just cool.
A very good morning. Now let's keep you updated with your latest sports headline. Starting off with football news. Table-topping Pirates now need to focus and humility. Orlando Pirates top Bedway Premiership after beating Durban City, but coach Abdesalam Odo insists focus and humility are vital. Pirates lead champions Mamelodi Sundowns by 3 points after 12 rounds and next face Marumo Gallants in the Carling knockout. On the next sports headline, Ancelotti says Vinicius must be fully fit for Brazil World Cup squad. Brazil coach Carlo Ancelotti says Vinicius Jr. must be fully fit to make the 2026 World Cup squad, stressing his policy of selecting only 100% game-ready players. He issued a similar warning to Neymar, citing Brazil's fierce competition in attack. Lastly, on your rugby news, Stormers are on a winning roll but wanting big improvement. The DHL Stormers top URC log after a comeback win after Munster but remain focused on improvement. Defense coach Norman Laker highlighted first half lapses and stressed sharper execution ahead of Friday's Champions Cup opener against Bayonne. JD Skinning credited the starting squad for laying the platform before the bench impact. With ambitious for a home semi-final and a redemption in Europe, the Stormers expect a tougher challenge at the Bayern hostile venue, emphasizing recovery, discipline and control as key to the success. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and send us your voice note on 0604933226. Now let's get you safe on your roads with your latest traffic headline. Starting off with the KZN traffic, there is a crash on the N3 northbound before Peter Brown Drive. Left lane is closed, so please drive carefully. The scheduled lane closure on the N3 southbound between Market Road Interchange and Ashburton Interchange from Tuesday to the 4th of November to Friday on the 12th of December nightly between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. for maintenance work. And then nextly, scheduled closure on the N11 northbound between Queen Street and Alfred Street from Tuesday to the 4th, from Tuesday of course to the 6th of December at 2 p.m. for the N11 second upgrade project. Roadworks on the N3 southbound before Hammersdale Interchange. Left lane is closed and drive carefully. Now heading over to your Gauteng traffic, there is a stationary vehicle on the N3 northbound after Linksfield Road. The left lane is closed, drive carefully. Congestion on the N1 northbound between Golden Highway and Deep Kloof Interchange, so you need to expect delays. There is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound after Proof Plus Interchange. Left lane is closed, so drive carefully. That's all for traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send your voice note on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. So for your weather update, just don't switch the dial and see you after the break.
어디로든 떠나볼까 저기 노을진 길을 따라 설레는 마음 가득 안고서 아무런 생각도 하지 말고 저 깊은 곳으로 뛰어들어 볼까 아주 잠시 눈을 감고 하나 둘 숨을 머금고 붉게 물든 일거리를 짓는 마음 가는 대로 훌쩍 마른 vibe 조금씩 다가오는 밤을 따라 마음 가는 대로 let's ride 발길 닿는 대로 try 여기 마른 vibe 끝없는 이 밤 위로 fly high 아무 걱정 말고 let's dive 이 밤을 향해 ride and vibe come on 둘만 아는 곳으로 너와 나의 paradise 높여 계속 가야 해 이 설레임이 사라지기 전에 저 멀리 떠나볼까 발끝이 닿는 곳으로 오직 둘만의 비밀인 거야 아무런 고민도 하지 말고 저 바닷속으로 뛰어들어보자 아주 잠시 눈을 감고 하나 둘 입을 맞추고 붉게 물든 저 노을 짓는 마음 가는 대로 훌쩍 마른 vibe 조금씩 다가오는 밤을 따라 마음 가는 대로 let's ride 발길 닿는 대로 try 여기 마른 vibe 끝없는 이 밤 위로 fly high 아무 걱정 말고 let's dive 이 밤을 향해 ride and vibe come on 둘만 아는 곳으로 너와 나의 paradise 지금 우리의 마음 이대로 멈추지 마 ride and vibe 너의 중요하다는 words It's for you It's all for you 가만히 있으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do 지금이 들어도 상관없는데 이 끝이 없는
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Vooka Breakfast Show. And obviously, we're not running only on the Vooka Breakfast Show, Konalago YouTube. We are also live on the underground radio. You know what? So if you're in Durban or currently on the way, and you actually do not have time to actually look at us while on YouTube, you can also be sure to download the underground radio app on on the Play Store. Yes, and you can also get it on the Android store, and then you'll be sure to tune in and catch us live as we are live between 7 and 10 a.m. man, giving you nothing but good vibes, nothing but good energy. And you know what? It's a beautiful morning out there. The sun is shining. Mara, if you know the Joburg weather, you know that you can't take it too hard because it can change at any given time. It can shine right now, then jiggy. Now it's cold. Now it's all raining. Now it's wet. And I hope that you guys are doing okay. I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Place. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tontoni. But obviously, I'm not alone. I never travel alone. I'm here with my good, amazing brother from another mother. How you doing, Mo?
Hey, Afri, it's a very good Wednesday morning, and we know each and every midweek we are getting rid of the midweek slump. I mean, right now I do have the slump, as I'm someone who always, the one to get rid and help people get rid of their midweek slump. I'm the one who has the slump on this morning, right? And I'm just looking forward to getting rid of the slump, but just to answer you, I'm okay. I'm doing okay because trust me, if you are not doing okay on this beautiful morning by just getting that daily dose of positivity, I don't know what you're doing. But I'm okay. Thank you for asking, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing fantastic. I had like a pretty amazing weekend. Over the weekend, I went out with my grandmother and my mom on Sunday. We went to like a Christmas luncheon that was happening, and it was pretty amazing. It was at a church. It was hosted by an NGO called Cherished.
Yeah.
So it's an NGO for women by women. So it felt amazing. It was amazing being out there.
Nice.
I even got
Nice.
myself a little cute drink, and I got myself a nice ring here.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like he needs.
Uinyetsi. Wow.
It depends on how you understand what I just said. I
Yeah.
feel like I married myself. He needs. Let me say it like that so people understand me properly and don't take it in the wrong way. I feel like I married myself because this
Yeah.
ring is so beautiful, man. It's so nice and shining. I ended up getting. I got a new grandmother.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the grandmother?
My grandmother's name is Maureen. She white.
Maureen.
Maureen.
Okay.
I got me a white go-go.
So like how did you guys meet? Because I'm trying to understand how does, because for someone to become your grandmother, they need to be your mother's mom. So this one, how did you how did she become your
She's
grandmother?
my adoptive grandmother. She
Okay.
took me in as a little barbecue of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we were sitting there. So me, my grandmother, my mom were sitting in different tables.
Yeah.
So there's this other girl that my grandmother likes. So I consider her my grandmother's adopted granddaughter because whenever my grandmother sees her,
Yeah.
she even forgets that I exist. When my grandmother sees that young lady, she forgets that I exist and starts chatting up a storm with her. So she saw her and decided to sit with her. And then so now it was like game time.
Yeah.
So we were busy like the game time was a quiz where we had to finish off Christmas carols. So it would be lucky for me, I joined the white table.
Yeah.
Now you know as black people we don't sing Christmas carols. But I joined that table. We ended up having a Christmas carol quiz, and our table won. And we got like a packet of like Kit
Nice,
Kats, so we
yeah.
shared that amongst all four of us. And then they just wouldn't let me leave. They loved having me there so much.
Yeah.
When she left, she was like, you know what? She even took my numbers. I'll show you the picture of her later on. Yeah, I'll send the picture here on WhatsApp, and you guys will see the lovely family that adopted me. It was her, her daughter, and her younger sister.
Yeah.
So I got a sister, a grandmother. I got a sister, a mom, and an aunt. Actually.
It sounds like you guys had a good time.
It was a blast.
Family time.
It was a blast, man. I love taking my family to that event
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's always a step back into humanity. It always reminds us that a lot of people are going through a lot.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
true.
one is basically an organization that talks about females who have literally still struggling.
Yeah.
Some who have struggled and managed to rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah.
So that's what it all talks about, and it's all about women empowerment.
Yeah.
So they also help empower females. Like for example, if you want to get like a beautician course, if you talk to the ladies of the organizations, they're able to organize that for you, so that you can go to school and train and become a beautician, that kind of stuff. And if they do hear about any job opportunities that are out there, they also
share.
do let the ladies know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you know what, I heard that somebody's looking for like maybe a housekeeper,
Yeah.
or a nanny, or somebody to do sales. I don't know if you'd be interested. So that's what happens basically. But otherwise, I had like a lot of fun. Even my son had a lot of fun. He disappeared. He made sure that we didn't see him. So it was basically, besides attending a luncheon, it was also a church thing, because the organization, it's a Christian based faith
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah.
So every once in a while we do talk about the word of God, and then we do go into scriptures. After going to scriptures,
Yeah.
we do have a praise and worship moment where one of the ladies, she goes by the name of Sarah. She's also a voiceover artist. So she comes in and does the praise and worship and sings with us. But they said they had a bit of a twist because we had like a drummer. So we were like bobbing out there with the drums. It was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
fantastic, man.
yeah.
I loved each and every single moment of it. And of course, one of my favorite parts is always the goodie bags. We always get goodie bags, you know.
Of course,
'cause
in
it's
such gatherings, yeah.
It's amazing because
Yeah.
they give you that pampered moment where you feel so loved, man, and you feel cherished and valued. Like, you know what, it doesn't matter what everybody else says, but I know that there's a certain group of people that will not judge me for who I am or judge me for whatever that I may do.
Yeah.
Instead, they love me for each and every single flaw that I have. And that's what Cherish does. The aim is not to judge, but to just show love.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And I feel like people should encourage people to have like more of these gatherings because they foster family, unity. It's one of the things that is very important in nowadays because we know that families are always having disputes and some of those disputes can't be solved by themselves. They need like guidance from outside people, someone who can be a middleman to come in and be a mediator. So I'm glad that our communities are still finding church as a place, not for only worship, but to meet and grow family members also. Find family members outside your own family so that we can, travel this journey together and know that the problems will always be there. But if we have each other, a lot of things, we can just overcome a lot of things. But speaking with that, of course, you know that we always have interesting things that we talk about right here.
Yes.
But before we do that, today we're going to be talking about buying things that really don't matter, things that we don't need. But before we do that, it's very important to know that before I buy something right now online, whether it's on Shein, whether it's on another, whatever online shopping that people always get up to, especially if it's festive season, right? So people are getting those 13th check and they're planning now on what to purchase. So we have your financial indicators for each and every morning. For this morning, we're going to be looking at how the rand is doing with other currencies. So let's start off with the US dollar, right? So Mzansi, the US dollar right now is currently a friendly 17 rand 10 cents, meaning your Amazon wish list just got a little more achievable. And then heading over to your Great British Pound. The British pound is still flexing its muscles against our rand, so brace yourself for those London pub prices at 22 rand 58 cents. That's 22 rand 58 cents. Heading over to your euro. Europe is calling, but with the euro clocking in at 19 rand 86 cents, nearly 20 rand. Those croissants are looking a little pricier. And then heading over to your Japanese yen. Dreaming of a Tokyo's neon light or Kratos serene garden, the Japanese yen is looking particularly friendly against the rand, meaning your travel budget for the land of the rising sun just got a little stretchier, right? 11 cents. Second last, we're heading over to the Australian dollar. Dreaming of that surf trip to Australia? Yes, I know you are. You need to know that the Aussie dollar is currently trading at 11 rand 21 cents. So you might need to catch a few extra waves to afford that flat white. And then lastly, it is your Chinese yuan. I know that you love Chinese products. You love what the Chinese always manufacture. I'm loving the new car models that they're coming with. BYD is something that you should be looking out for if you're someone who is looking to be a first-time car buyer, right? So Mzansi, the slick new smartphone from China just got a little pricier, with the yuan flexing its muscles at 2 rand 42 cents against our rand. So for each and every Chinese yuan, you need to have 2 rand 42 cents. That's all we have for your financial indicators this morning. Let us know which currency you would like to know that is going against the rand. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send us your voice note on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. And as Afriberry mentioned, that you can also listen to audio only now on Underground Radio. But we just got a notice that the website is still being revamped, so you can just get yourself an app, which is Underground Radio app. If you're using iOS, it's App Store. If you're using Android, it's Play Store. Just download the Underground Radio app. Then you will just get to listen to us, because for other people, they can't watch, right? Because they are doing something. there's task that you're doing this morning, because I think it is very important for you to listen and just be with us as we kickstart this beautiful Wednesday morning with you. So I am hoping to hear from you. Engage with us by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
And we do hope that you guys are going to engage with us using that hashtag. And please, 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 please stop shying away from sending us your voice notes or actually calling us on WhatsApp. We are more than happy to hear your voice this morning. And people, what happened to you guys sending us your morning pictures? We still want to see how your sunrises are looking. If you don't have a sunrise that you can send, you can always take a sunset picture, and tomorrow will be sure to show it on the show so that people can see the beautiful sunset view that you had. So please feel free to call us, send us a voice note, or send us those morning sunrise pictures on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. I hope you guys are still going to stay in tune, because we have more ahead of the show, and we still have more in store for you. Sorry about that. When we go back basically to what we discussed on the news headlines. Now, we talked about something that is pretty interesting, especially when it comes to the two Mozambican nationals who were arrested after they were found with firearms that were linked to police officers who were murdered. Now, I believe that this is something that the country needs to crack down more on, especially looking at the festive season, and it's becoming more and more dangerous. But that one is even a slight better, because unfortunately for us, when it comes to the festive season here in South Africa, one thing that we always worry about the most, besides crime, is the amount of bus and minibus taxi crashes that we have, like the one that just came up that is based in Mpumalanga, where 8 people unfortunately lost their lives and 20 passengers sustained injuries. Now, I do hope that everybody is going to follow proper road measures over the festive season, not forgetting to also make sure that your cars are roadworthy. If you feel like you've had too much and you're over the limit, it's better to park your car at a garage or ask somebody to assist you with getting your car out to go somewhere else, so that you arrive alive. I am definitely sure that nobody wants to lose a loved one over the festive season, because it's time for us to be happy, to rejoice, and be grateful for the year that we had. Despite anything good or bad that happened, the fact that we are still alive is something that everybody deserves a right to actually celebrate. And I am praying and hoping that everybody's going to be extra cautious on these roads. Make sure that when it's wet, you don't drive too fast, because now it also becomes a bit tricky. Once you drive too fast, you might just end up slipping away with your car and causing a huge and major accident on the road. So I do hope that everybody's going to stay very vigilant over the festive season, and they're also going to look out for any road closures. You're also going to be taking your cars in for repairs and making sure that they're also roadworthy. And please, if pelo listen bit sa go bolela gore ngwanaka o sa tsamaya wa ya go groove, dula ntlong, because sometimes that's your gut feeling saving you from something that you might have ended up encountering. So sometimes listening to your gut feeling also matters. So please, let's stay cautious out there. Let's stay very vigilant over this. But I think one thing that the world or South Africa is going to look up to, or is looking forward to, is basically the opening of Leratong City in Mogale City. I literally want to see how the big, or what else does that mall actually going to have. I mean, like 5 billion into developing a city. I think one of the biggest questions that South Africa has is that, will they not dip their hands in the cookie jar?
I mean, that is one of the questions that one would need to ask themselves, because I mean, if you are in Soweto, we are not far. I mean, I think we are 20 minutes away from where the smart city is going to be built. And by just looking at the space, with the 15,000 houses, 15,000 units of houses that are going to be built around the mall. It's quite questionable that who is going to be moved, because there are informal settlement where they are building the mall right now. So the question is, are they going to move those people, or are those houses, which the 15,000 houses units, going to belong to those people, right? But we know that when it comes to that, Leratong includes, as I've mentioned, the 15,000 housing units, schools, hospital, and transport in that small space. I mean, as I mentioned, that we are like 20 minutes away from the place, right? So is it something that can be done? It's quite questionable. Trust me. If after the show we can catch a taxi or drive there and take videos, trust me, you're also going to ask yourself the same questions we're asking ourselves, that is that really possible? So they say it is designed to stimulate economic growth, reduce urban sprawl, and create jobs within a previously underdeveloped corridor. The development is supported through public-private partnership, in which a lot of people are asking themselves, where is the money coming from? So I learned, because I asked myself yesterday that, okay, where is the money coming from? Because we feel like maybe it's the government that is responsible. But I've come to learn that you can buy land, and then after buying land for quite some time, whether it's 20 years, 50 years, I mean, you will look into having that private partnership with someone, because they are seeing the market. Soweto has a very huge market when it comes to economical growth, right? If you see like an open space, you just need to find out, okay, we know that the land belongs to the government, but now how do you utilize the land? How do you now use the land? Because you have plans for the land. So if you lease the land for as how long you want to lease the land, someone will come and say, who is this land belong to? And then they will come with their funds and say, we have a plan, there's 5 billion. And we know that for quite some time, that money will come back, because we are not only building, something that is not going to be sustainable. Because the schools, we know that kids in the township, they need to go to school. I mean, when we talk about medical attention, you know that people need, medicine. So hospitals are going to be there and render the services and give people proper, medical attention. And we will see what the future has for this place. But the city is projected to become a major economic hub on the West Rand once it's fully completed. And I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah, man, it's an amazing thing to actually look forward to. And hopefully it's something that will literally generate money and boost economic growth in South Africa. And we do hope that the project won't actually end up being delayed because somebody dipped their hand inside the cookie jar.
Yeah.
But on a much more playful side, and in a much more interesting fact, it is time for us to play a little nice, amazing game, which is a game that I'm not very confident about playing.
I wonder what game is that, because I love games.
I love games, ne? But you see, with this one, I'm not super confident about it.
What's the name of the game?
Spelling bee.
Okay, spelling bee. I mean, we just spoke about a 5 billion smart city that's being built, and one of the things that are going to be built is school. So I think it's very much important for us to put ourselves in some test of spelling. Otherwise, we will go back to school. So yeah, let's see what you have.
I think I might have to go back to school with this one, because spelling bee has never been a good thing on my side.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm one of those people who can confuse spelling. I need something that will literally remind me of it. And I don't know, Mr. B, what do you have for us, man? What do you have for us? What do you have for us?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. And if you're watching right now at home or listening, I'm sure, right? I'm sure and confident that some of these words are going to be said out loud. So only thing that we need to do is to spell the words. I mean, for me, can you please just lower down the music? Yeah, there we go. I'm quite confident that spelling bee, because trust me, English spelling bee, in Sesotho it was called Bitseto. And I've seen and I've heard, and please, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I've heard that nowadays
kids no longer do spelling bee at schools.
No, they don't actually.
Why? Like, I don't understand.
They actually don't. It's quite a few schools that actually still do spelling bees.
Yeah.
Most of the schools don't, especially schools here in the townships. Most of them don't do spelling bees as much as they also don't do celebrate. Like I said last week, reading week.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot has kind of died down, and it's very concerning.
That's very bad. So we can't hear you. Do you have the berries on? Number four.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, and turn down the other one. There we go. So Maponya Mall had a spelling bee competition, right, where kids came through from various schools, but they participated, and it was awesome. So it still happens, but it's not something that's driven by schools, as opposed to because it should be driven by schools a lot. Where schools come together and say, hey, we're forming a chess club, we're forming a spelling bee, a debate society.
So my opinion on this one is I feel like they're driving competition more than teaching, because if a school kid will see a competition in Maponya Mall, they will feel like for me to know spelling bee, I need to be in a competition to win and things like that, not to do it like to learn spelling in school.
Yeah,
right?
it's not engaging as it actually should be.
Yeah.
For example, one thing I know that about my son's school is that when it comes to chess, chess, that's definitely one thing they are pushing, like with passion. Like it started back when I was still in that primary school, but it started like when I was in grade 7. But till then, they've been pushing in chess, and so far they've been doing a quite good, man, because the school ended up even winning like 50,000 from cash build through a chess tournament that was hosted, and they kind of revamped the school. They did that, but I think then more needs to be done. For example, we used to have more netball competitions and more sporting codes in school. And when you look at schools right now, especially in the townships, it's very rare you hear that Margaret Kwele is up against this primary school that's in a soccer tournament.
Well,
that's kind of like died. That's kind of also
it's there.
It's there, but it's not.
The question is, Mo, do you know if GK with the PJ, when are they playing?
No,
we don't know. So the issue here is there isn't much that is being highlighted, right? But it's there. Hence, for example, I mentioned the one that I know of, the spelling bee, that it's there. But obviously it's not in the public space, which I understand it shouldn't also, but I guess maybe as parents we should know these things, right? But speaking of engagement, because you mentioned that spelling should be engagement, right? Engaging, and we want to show a culture of saying, look, do not fear this thing. Take it head on, right? So you're gonna take it head on. So we're gonna be spelling African countries. Right? I mean, these are things that we read, we write. As if your son, daughter, niece comes through and says, how do you spell this country? You should be able to say, look, this is how you spell it. So I've got 4 questions for you guys. Who wants to go first?
I'll go last.
Okay, cool.
I'll go first.
Okay, so how do you spell Mauritius?
Ooh.
Mauritius. And funny enough, Mauritius, as much as it's in the outskirts of Africa
itself,
it is considered an African country, right? How do you spell Mauritius?
Mauritius is spelled as follow, right? It's MAURATIUS. Mauritius.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Instead of A, it's MAURI, not Mora.
MA. Did I say MU?
No, you were right. MAUR. And then you said A.
Oh,
so it's Mori. Yeah.
Oh, Mauritius, not Mauritius.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that one.
All right, Afriberry, over to you. How do you spell Comoros?
Wait. Is that a country we have in Africa?
Sure.
Comoros.
Yeah.
Comoros. I think I'll say Wait, pronounce it again.
Comoros.
Comoros. CAMORIOSE. I am definitely wrong.
Right. The spelling for Comoros is COMOROS.
I've never even heard of that country.
I think you're spelling it the way it sounds. Comoros.
It's Comoros. Yeah, I spelled it the way it sounds.
COMOROS. Comoros.
Comoros.
Okay.
I've never heard of that country.
Yep. Okay. Then moving on to the next one, Mo.
Yeah.
This one is a bit hard.
Try me.
Djibouti. Djibouti.
Yeah. So I know that, of course, start with a DJ.
Django.
Yeah, it's DJIBOUTI. Djibouti.
That's correct. Did you know about Djibouti?
This one? I've never heard of it.
Djibouti.
It's one of the smallest countries in
I
Africa.
never heard of it.
All right.
Is it
Smallest
smaller than
country.
Lesotho and Swazi?
Yo, Lesotho is big. I think that country, Lesotho, I think it's 10 times bigger than that country. Djibouti. Yep.
I need to go look at my atlas after here.
Right, Afri, over to you, right? How do you spell Equatorial Guinea? And remember, you know,
this is interesting.
we're in the school holidays, kids are watching.
Yeah.
Next thing, when you come back home, it's like, when? Next thing you're going to tell me to start.
No, I feel like it's cool. Spelling bee is not my thing. You know what? But you know what?
Spelling is your thing.
Spelling is my thing in my own way.
Sure, Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea.
It's so sad that I always read up the names of these things, but I never actually look at the spellings. Equatorial, I know that it's EQ. Equatorial. Sure. Can I quit?
How do you spell it?
I'm blank. I know that it's EQ. I am blank. I don't want to lie. I am blank.
Equatorial Guinea.
You should at least fail. Don't go EQ. You know what? It's fine. No, fail forward. Spell it.
EQUTORARI.
Wait. Say that again.
EQ. TORIAL. And then GUINE.
Okay, so that is incorrect.
Equatorial Guinea.
My son, your mother has failed you.
EQUATORIAL. And then Guinea is GUINEA. Okay. Moving on to you, Mo. Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. It's Burkina Faso. How do you spell Burkina Faso? It's BURKINASOFASO. Burkina Faso. That is BURKINASOFASO. Burkina Faso. Is that correct? Is that incorrect?
You added an S somewhere there.
Burkina as in like BUR.
Burkina Faso.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to, because when I spell sometimes I use the pronunciation tactic that we were taught, that if it's not BU, well, how do you pronounce BUR? Because the UR is the right? It's Burkina Faso, right? Yeah, so I always pronounce the words Burkina, so it's BUR, right? KINAFASO. Burkina Faso.
So we're gonna have to watch this back, but I think you added an S.
S.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Faso is the S is from the Faso.
Not the last one,
Not
but
the last one.
before the F.
There's no way.
Before the F.
There's no way.
Yes, guys, we need VAR. Afri, redeem yourself, Seychelles.
Seychelles, ne?
Yeah, hey guys, because I need to visit these countries. Seychelles.
Seychelles.
That's it, Seychelles. Awesome. Mo, back to you. Cape Verde.
Capo Verde. Capo Verde. So, Cape, it's the English way of pronouncing Cape Verde, but the initial pronunciation, because they were colonized by French, it's pronounced Capo Verde, but Cape Verde is C-A-P-E Verde. Cape Verde. Cape Verde. V-E-R-D-E.
That is correct. That is correct.
Madagascar.
Yep. Cape Verde. It's also an island.
Yep. So how did you know it's Madagascar, the next one?
My guy, I guessed. Out of all these other words, who's a landele that time I'm trying to move a corner, but
Okay, spell Egypt.
Egypt. I am so black, I can't even spell Egypt.
Okay, guys, let's move on. Thanks for playing the game.
Yeah.
We'll come back with round 2.
Yeah, we should, man. I think spelling bee, man, it's quite an interesting and a very important, practice or task that you need to give yourself. Because yes, we do use the words each and every day until they say spell. You're like, yo. Because like, okay, you use because every day, then spell because like, Aibo. B-E-C-O-Z. E-E-C-O-Z, like
you know what she's saying is actually very true, because it also made me realize that, for example, I definitely would have never been able to pronounce to spell Mauritius, although it's a word that I've read, and it's a place that I also like to visit, because you know what, it's like one of those tropical countries here in Africa, and I'm like, I can't, like, for example, I couldn't even spell Equatorial Guinea, and it made me realize that as much as I would also like my son to be learned and know how to spell some certain things, I also need to learn how to spell these things, meaning that probably when I get back home, it's going to be me, my little brother, and my son playing spelling bees just to actually improve it.
Yeah.
Don't forget grandma as well.
Grandma. You don't understand that lady. By the way, my little brother.
It's a joke. Sorry.
Either way, it's understandable, because she needs to learn how to text for herself and stop asking us to text.
Well, elderly people just send a voice note.
Yeah. Because texting
my
comes
grandmother
with a
is so dramatic. Even with a voice note, she like, "Chomi, okay, rumela voice note." You do not understand the type of drama my grandmother has, because I actually figured out this one yesterday, because my little brother over on Sunday, he got himself a white friend, so me and my little brother left with friends, and then so this person added my little brother to like a WhatsApp group full of like youngsters, and they only speak English and Afrikaans, and like he was lost because he couldn't understand half of what was being said. My grandmother did Afrikaans. Do you know what she said to him? Bablela utsi Afrikaans. Cause I get to just tell them straight you don't know Afrikaans, they'll understand. But luckily the friend picked that up and actually wrote to the group that no, my friend only speaks English. He doesn't understand Afrikaans. He doesn't go to an Afrikaans school, or he's never done Afrikaans, which makes it a bit hard for him.
I was joking with grandma. Sorry, man.
I don't know why I go personally.
This is what happened. I was just joking.
We are on spelling bee right
just
here.
Joking.
In African
I have
countries.
trauma from spelling bee. It's not me, it's the trauma speaking.
No, I mean, I feel like the trauma should also lead you to learn, because trust me, if you come across something, the reason I know some of this information because I did tourism, right? And I'm someone who watches a lot of sports. I mean, right now, AFCON is playing. So if you can come with any country. So I know most of the African countries. I also know that, you know, Africa consists of 54 countries, right? And some... With islands, it's still questionable because some of these islands, you know, they're still questioning if they really belong, because islands like Cape Verde, they are very far from the African continent, right? So yeah, it's still the ongoing thing, because we are also learning in terms of the independency on how do you actually gain, you know, the rights and the independence of controlling your own or the island that you live in. So this also comes back to, you know, the game spelling bee. That yo guys, you will be shocked at things that people write out there. The reason why companies are not hiring people is not, you know, people can't be employed. It's because they're missing small things. Because now they don't want you to write CV. They need you to write curriculum. Things we see. Spell curricula. Right? But yeah, it's very interesting, man, because spelling bee, I feel like it also, you know, helps you to develop some of your parts of the brain that you know, that are associated with you know, pronouncing, associated with knowing how to use words, enunciating different words, because you can hear a word but don't have an idea of, okay, what letters are in the word. So it's very important also to know the letters. But yeah, very, very interesting, man. Very
that's
interesting.
very true, man. It's pretty interesting. And one thing, when you talk about islands, we also know that people have a tendency of going out and buying things that they don't actually need. Things that you definitely wouldn't even need when you go to a vacation on the island. Nagano lo reka polo fleece o ya ko island. It makes no sense, man. So as we're talking about that, we'll also be talking about buying things that you don't actually need, then realizing that you don't actually need them. You know, like what's the most ridiculous thing that you've ever bought that you thought you needed but ended up not actually using, and it was busy gathering dust there in the corner. Now this is some things that people actually have a problem with when it comes to the society and our spending habits. So imagine that you're walking through a mall and you see a shiny gadget or trendy item on sale. You convince yourself that this thing is going to change my life. Like, I need this. I gotta have this. And then you fast forward 3 months later, it's still in a box. Or worse, you don't even remember buying it. Or, you know what, it's just sitting there and you don't even remember where you put it. Now, this basically sounds like something that most of us have actually gone through. And buying things that we don't only need, to only realize later on that, Mara, why did I put myself through this?
Yeah.
Like where was I going? What was I doing? And you know what, but this is something that happens to basically each and every single one of us, and everybody goes through this. I think it's a spending habit that people go through. But did you also know that studies show that impulse buying accounts for up to 30% of all purchases globally? And here's the kicker. Most of those items ended up unused or thrown away within a year. And that's a lot of wasted money and space. Because you end up buying something that you put there where you could have bought something that you really needed, and could have been preserved nicely for each and every single daily use that you have for it. And then so when it comes to SA and the culture shock that we have in terms of buying, in South Africa, we always have a good eye, or we always think that buying on sale is one of the greatest things. Take a look at Black Friday, Boxing Day, and those buy two, get one free. We know them, especially when it comes to cell phone deals. Now, but how often do we buy something just because it's discounted and not because we need it? Is it a real thing? Or maybe we just go on vibes? You know what? We just basically go on vibes and basically following what everybody does. And going with the trends, it's not always a good thing. You don't necessarily need to go to that cell phone deal and buy one and get one free, because you're only going to use one of the phones. So it's something that we clearly need to think about as South Africans.
Yeah.
So what about you, Mo? What do you think about that one?
I mean, when it comes to buying things, we don't really need. Oh, trust me, I think I'm someone who I feel like a lot of healthy stuff, guys. Healthy things. I mean, yes, our body needs, healthy food and things like that. But I feel like, sometimes, man, you will buy that smoothie. I mean, it will stay in the fridge for I don't know for how long. Right,
until it starts stinking up the fridge.
Yeah, so I think this one I would also like to redirect it to say sometimes we are buying food that we don't really need just because I've seen, maybe a celebrity drinking the smoothie. I mean, I love Cristiano. Maybe I see Cristiano Ronaldo drinking this smoothie that has avocado, beetroot inside. I'll also try to buy the smoothie, but only to find out like, I don't need this thing. I don't need this thing, right? But I once bought a watch, I think on Take A Lot. It was a smart watch. As I was so disappointed because this one is different to what I saw, right? Because when you shop online, of course, they're showing you these different pictures and the layout of this watch looked so beautiful.
So they basically duped you with false advertisements.
Yeah, so it was like 40% off, right? It was 40% off and I bought the watch. It got there, the lady delivered it and I was so happy to a point that I asked myself if am I really a watch person? And I got to a point of answering that I'm not really someone who likes wearing watch because I used to wear watches a lot. So I really came to that question of do I really need a watch? Because it's still there. And I bought it 2 years, right? And I had money because I think I believe that if you have money, you would buy these things. Most of us, we buy things we don't need when we have money because it's just like the fun of buying. For one, I am an impulsive spender. I know that for sure for myself that I'm an impulsive spender and I'm part of the percentages that hey guys, yeah, when we have money we buy things, right? When we have money we do buy some of the things that look, interesting because it's something that really looks interesting. It's a gadget. And if you love tech or if you think you're a tech lover or you're a first time tech lover, trust me, your house will be full of gadgets that you don't need.
When you speak about a watch, I remember that I once bought myself a watch that I still haven't. I used it. The reason why I bought it because it looks so earthy, man. The design of it, and for some weird reason, I bought it in pink, which is actually not my favorite color. As much as I've worn pink hoodies, it's not one of my faves.
Yeah.
And for me, I think I'm grateful over the fact that whenever I buy something, I literally sit down. And before even impulse buying, I sit down and look at the fact that do I truly need it? One of the only thing that I'll probably buy impulsively will probably be something that is edible. But I know that it's something that I'm definitely going to eat and enjoy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the world of gadgets, it takes me a while to even buy a phone.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a watch in such a long time. That's how long it takes me because I know, for example, I'm not a fan of wearing watches, but I think it's about time that I actually go back to the point and actually start wearing a watch.
I see you love rings nowadays.
Yes, I love rings. I've always had a thing of rings. Ever since growing up, I've always had a thing of rings.
Yeah.
And that's one thing my grandmother noticed. She hated that. She knows that one thing that I'll probably spend more money on is rings. And funny enough, I'll actually lose more rings than I actually have.
Yeah.
But that's one of my impulsive buying.
Yeah.
They're just basically the rings.
Yeah.
And when we find ourselves spending money on things that we don't actually necessarily need.
Yeah.
So I'll
get that ring. Get another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another one. I used to have another one that had
how many fingers do you have?
I got 10.
Yeah, you need 8 more.
Who's the Georgie? Is it Georgie from Isiting?
Yeah, Papa G.
Georgie
Zamdi.
Zamdi.
Papa G.
So I think when it comes to buying stuff we don't need, right? I also feel like when I come across these kind of conversation, I will always put myself, in a position where I'm not that kind of person, but I am, because most of the things that I would like to buy, I see them from other people. because I remember I bought a chain 320, right? 320 bucks, a chain that it was written Thug Life. So I saw this, man. It looked cool on Ghana. Who's this guy? It was it's a soccer player, man. I saw on he was playing for Manchester. Jesse Lingard. Yes, it was Jesse Lingard, because I used to follow these guys, man. Yeah, every time they will have their, after match, live, where they take them like pictures. Till today, I still love how they wear those guys, man, because when they come for like press briefing, when they come for the camp, there'll always be those camera guys, taking them pictures. So I've always bought things that I've seen on soccer players that I like literally don't need, because I don't know where that chain is right now, right? Like, it really looked nice, and of course it's not the original, the one that I bought.
I mean, you're gonna hurt Steve's feelings, man.
But he gave away his neck. He gave away his neck piece to Pearl this year.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm just saying he loves chains. Like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't misplace
Yes.
or leave a chain.
The chain.
Not the gifting part. That one,
Yeah.
like,
that
he
was-
knows his gifting, so you can't miss a gift.
Yeah.
But, bro, I love chains, and you misplace a chain. Give that chain to me.
No. So that's why I'm like, okay, why do we really buy things we don't need? Because like, you never ask yourself that question. If you bought something you don't need, you really don't ask yourself, because you're like, no, it's one of the things that I've bought, yes, I don't love, and I'll continue to do that thing. So I believe that I need some advice, from someone to say, no, you need to stop doing that, because it does not only stop there. Guys, trust me, if you can give me 100,000 right now,
40,000 is going to things you don't need.
Things that I don't need. And I feel like this is something, even if you can talk me out of it, like, I'll need, to satisfy the feeling first. Give me the advice, but no. Let me do it first, then I will learn. Because we learn the hard way. As human beings, I believe that we learn the hard way, and most of the things that we also need to learn in terms of financial, just being financial sensitive, you just need to learn the hard way. Spend the 13,000, spend 10,000 in one day, under 1 hour. If the money just came in right now, like, you need to have the experience. I don't believe that for you to learn saving, like, you can just go to school and learn that, okay, this is how
No,
you
it's
save.
fine.
No,
Then
like,
we'll watch
use
you.
the money. You'll know what is saving.
No, thank you, Mo. You can go and spend 13,000 or 10K within an hour. Then it's fine. We'll watch you go Moja Lafko. I blew it. It's okay. You can go ahead and do that. But for me,
Someone has
it's
to
a
do it.
lot.
But now the question is, for someone to say I've got wisdom, is it wisdom they've acquired,
You understand?
or is it wisdom that they saw from other people and they are practicing?
Like
I
personal
think it's
practice.
different for most people. It's either you saw somebody basically go on impulsive spending, and yet they've never used those things, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to end up being that person, because in the end they end up crying, I bought these, this was like so much, but I ended up not even using it, and then now it's spoiled and all of that jazz. So it's, for some people, it's a lesson by watching somebody who's closer to them actually go through that. And then for some
Yeah,
people,
that's
it's a
true.
lesson they learned because they literally experienced that firsthand. But what I want to know when it comes to the Vooka Nation is that, what exactly is your most funniest story or your most embarrassing story when it comes to impulsive spending? What's that one thing that you bought and never used? Did you ever buy a juicer but never juiced a single fruit? Or maybe you ended up buying a gym equipment that ended up turning into a hanger. So what's that one thing that you bought and regretted buying because you never used it? Don't ever let FOMO direct you or lead you in the wrong way. Sometimes missing out is the best thing that could ever happen to you. So Vooka Nation, head over to our comment sections or send us a voice note on 0604933226 and let us know what's that one thing you bought and regretted because you never used. Impulsive buying is never the best option, because we always we always come with financial experts that always advise you on how to use your money wisely. And this also includes impulsive buying. Are you a good or bad spender? Let us know, hey?
things we don't need help us, guys. Like they really do, because
Feel good.
yeah, you feel good, and sometimes you do look good. For example, politicians. Do you think all of these cars that they're buying, like, do they really need them? I mean, look at Maumela right now. You know, they got a Lamborghini Aventador. Like, imagine having 10 to 15 cars in your house, right? I mean, is it something that if you're asked the question, do you need these cars? I mean, the question is going to be no, right? So I feel like
I want them.
yeah, I mean to
Makes me
be
feel
I mean to be in the wealth space, there are some things that you need to have that you don't need. I mean, for you you need a yacht, for example. If you're a billionaire, you need to have a yacht. You
Yeah,
need to have a
You
yacht,
need to.
right? So it's not something that you really need, right? So if you sit down with yourself and say, "Ish man, do I really need this thing?" I mean, it's going to take some time and defeat a purpose, because trust me, I've seen it. Dopamine is a thing, you know, because you buy something and then the feeling will fade away. It's fine. That's how we feed our instant gratification when it comes to these things. You buy something, the feeling fades away. I mean, right now, when you look at the ads, I was someone who don't look at ads that much, but I started drinking Coke because of the ads.
And the happiness.
The happiness.
They're selling happiness.
Yeah. I mean, there was one ad that they played, and I remember I was wearing headsets, right? So while I'm on YouTube, I'm playing music, and then an ad comes in. Just the there's something it does. I mean, yes, a lot of people say, man, you lying. But trust me, there's a whole psychology that goes, because these people who are doing ads, they go through the psychology of what do really human being like, what spikes your dopamine, the sounds of something, you seeing something. Right now, I mean, when Cristiano was in a press conference, I think he removed Coke, on the table. Because it's like he's against what Coke is doing, and a lot of people stopped buying Coke. If I was a idol of Cristiano, I was like, no, why is Cristiano not drinking this thing? So I should not drink this thing, right? So sometimes we buy things we don't need because the people that we idolize, the people that we love so much, they buy those things. I don't buy because I need it. No. I love Nicki Minaj. She bought a bracelet. I'll buy that bracelet. Right, so I feel like there's a lot of things, that make up buying things that we don't need, because I'm someone that I buy things I don't need, guys, and I will continue doing so, man.
I mean,
it helps me.
They buy bodies.
Exactly.
Okay, no comment on that one.
No, like what? Okay.
Yeah, you buy
Okay, in all
bodies.
honesty, even for me, I find it a bit weird to understand. Like, why go through that whole pain, man? They go for liposuctions, and then right
to
now,
feel good, because here's the thing, and I've watched TLC where someone has a confidence issue.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many times you say,
Yeah.
you're beautiful, you're God's chosen, you're amazing. Kafana, Google for them.
Yeah.
I just need a bit of Botox,
Yep.
so that my lips can become like a bubble fish.
Yes.
I'll feel good. As much as you can think that it's weird for you, but for them, it helps them feel good.
Yeah.
So if it helps them feel good, then sure, by all means, go for that body thing that you need to do
Yeah.
for you, because
Yeah.
it makes you feel good. And I'm only realizing this now, that look, it's for them. As much as I might look at it and frown, but it's for them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
people buy bodies.
Yep.
People buy other types of bodies, right? So yeah.
do you, boo boo?
they uplift themselves. I mean, it's called what is it called? Makeup lift. Is it? Yeah. I mean, it's a societal construct, because when you go out in society without having the knowledge of the things that you need and the things that you don't need, you will learn the hard way. That's how we have learned that, okay, my room is full of things that I don't need. So what do I do? Because I don't have, for example, my uncle in Pretoria, the one that owns the butcher, he once bought a lawn machine, but there's a paving outside. So someone would say, "Ay man, what is wrong with him?" But the thing is, it's not that what is wrong with him. A deal came, of course, at the right time when he had the money. But it's working out because he's able to rent out the machine right now, right? So the things that sometimes we don't need, they help us to get through sometimes. To say, okay, I have a paving, I don't have a grass at home, but I bought this grass machine, a cutting grass machine. So I can use it to rent it out for other people to use it. Influencers today, they are there to influence to buy things. Because they will come in and say, guys, there is a deal. I mean, I don't want that tablet from Temu, but I will buy it because my favorite influencer said I should buy it. I will buy it.
Oh man, let's be honest. Impulse buying is great and is also bad at the same time. So it needs a person to like literally be a very good judge of character at that moment, or be one of sound mind and sound heart when you buy, because not everything is everything that you're going to use. But if it's something that you're buying impulsively and are still able to resell, then go for it. Make yourself that extra buck while you're at it. So for me, that's probably the only reason why I do impulsive buying. But otherwise, be sure to share your funniest and most embarrassing story with us on our comment sections on YouTube. And obviously, you can also send us a voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Right now, we're going to go over for a quick ad break because I think that Osvaldo is ready enough. He's been busy cleaning his glasses. Now they are shinier than anything here. So after the break, we'll be coming through with Osvaldo and obviously talking about human behavior and what humanity actually needs to know when it comes to their daily habits. Maybe, who knows, he might just tap in on why we actually buy impulsively. So please make sure that you do not move. Stay tuned because we are coming back after the break.
마지막 순간까지 너와 저 수평선을 걷고 우주까지 가볼까. 마지막 순간까지 something about you, something about you.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are still okay. Still feeling amazing right now. We are back yet again, and we are back with our. He's no longer a guest. You're no longer a guest. You're basically part of the family. At this moment, I just consider you another family member that we have here at the Vooka Breakfast Show and not a guest. So we are hanging out with our fellow brother from another mother and another Mr. Osvaldo. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's always good to be here.
Yeah.
I think, I'm gonna speak to Banele and ask.
and as we were talking, during the break, that you should co-host with us, because I believe that the conversation that you always have with us and together with our audience, man, they are always, thought-provoking. Like they need you to gather some time to understand the processing and everything that goes on. So I believe that you should co-host with us and become that resident.
No, I'd be more than happy to. That would be actually quite great.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to. You just show me how to co-host.
Yeah.
Show me the
Don't
ropes,
worry.
how it's done, and then I will try and adapt.
I
to
think
it.
you actually already have the hang of it, because it's basically us just conversing, having a great and amazing conversation. You don't even need to think much about it, and you're a natural at actually talking. So I think this one should just be like an easy, nice flow.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much. I'll be under your guidance.
Yeah. But before we get deep into what we have for today's day, today is Wednesday, right? And we always do the mental check-in with our guests to say, how has been your week from Monday up until Wednesday? And in overall, how are you doing, Mr. Oz?
Well, today I'm grateful to be here. I think for me, the hardest day for me is Mondays. I find that Mondays are one of those days where you have to adapt. You don't know what the week is in store for you.
Yeah.
So it's like you're restarting everything. All your activities start from the beginning. So Monday for me was a bit of a challenge. And then Tuesday was much better. And I think that but today, right, being here, right here, right now, I think for me is the greatest blessing at the moment.
Yeah. Giving you the daily dose of positivity accompanied by an energetic start to your day. That's what we do. Hop on in the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So, have you ever bought anything that you don't need?
Yes, a lot of the time.
Why is that? And what is it? So I'm interested in knowing that. What is it that you bought, man?
Oof, a number of things. There's a whole lot of things that I've bought that I've never used.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would say was that I bought recently that I didn't need was actually a pair of shoes.
Okay.
I bought a pair of formal shoes, and I'm just like, no, but this shoe is not really my style. When I think back around, I'm like, no, this is not for me. But I think, so I impulsively bought. Why did I buy that? I think it was to feel good about myself. That's why I bought it, to say that no, I've got another pair of shoes. I've got another option, and that was what drove that.
Yeah, feel good.
Yes.
I mean, that's
To maybe say that.
yeah. Please, number 4. Yeah.
To say that you are trying something new, and you're allowing yourself to spend this money because these shoes are not really me, but let me try a new look.
Yeah.
Was that maybe the thought process?
Yes, I think now that you're asking, that's a great question. I think it was that. I think it was about like, let me try something new to try and break out of my pattern of behavior, to say, maybe this is me. I think, there is something to that.
Yeah. I mean, there are some of the things that, I can't see yourself in.
Yeah.
Like a Michael Jordan vest. Would you wear Michael Jordan?
No, never.
Right? The basketball field.
Not disrespect to Michael Jordan, not disrespect to people who wear those vests, but no. No.
What about one? In fact, both of you guys.
Yeah.
So if I were to gift you with a a vest, the animal print vest. Especially that leopard print.
It's stereotyped, that one.
Yeah. I'll wear it for a themed event. if there's a themed event, like maybe like if we're doing like a Lobola situation or it's like cultural day, I'll wear it then.
Yeah.
But why why is that like fashion, that leopard print vest? Can I ask?
You need to understand ukuthi amaZulu bayifaka ngenkani.
Okay.
And then it's something that they started wearing obviously with like traditional clothes to represent their culture. And then for some weird reason they switched. Now they started wearing it with a jean. Like, you know what? So that means I can rock it even if I'm not Zulu. Not Sangen.
I mean, there's
so they also introduced us to impulsively buying those vests.
There's a huge phenomenon that happened when it comes to that whole vest because I think back before the 2010s, I remember that South Africa was doing good when it comes to tourist influx coming into the country, right? So when people come and start to buy that one thing, right? Because everywhere you would go, even when you're in Durban, you would see the vest. Like from the beach side, you would see the vest. So the tourists started to buy, the vest and starting to wear the vest. And I remember when the World Cup went to, before 2010, it went to, I think it was 2006.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. There were some fans who wore the vest and it became famous. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So there's this whole notion that's driven, behind the vest itself to say, no, man, there's something about it. Right? But in South Africa, we know it as, the Zulu vest. Okay. Yeah. Once you wear this thing, that means you have anger, my friend. Or you own a taxi.
So do you think that we take it for granted because we're so used to it that actually it's actually a symbol of pride? That when you wear that, it says, well, I'm African and I'm proud to be African. Is that because we're used to it that we take it for granted?
Yeah.
I think it's because we actually got used to it. Like almost everybody and anybody can buy it. Anybody can wear it. It's all over the place. If you remember, for example, dashiki. The dashiki attire, when it entered the market, almost everybody had it. Everybody had a dashiki t-shirt, a dashiki dress, because it was an in thing at that moment. So for us, yes, there was a time when that vest was like a super major thing, but now it died out because now it's basically, we've realized, the South Africans, that, man, this is everything that we wear all the time. And unfortunately, it's now associated with you being either very frustrated or would you taxi driver, so like, you know what? No, thank you. No, I'm okay with this one. Otherwise, I'll tell me, so I get so no.
So that it died out. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think also it comes back to us buying things, because that's the conversation we had before the break.
Yes.
For me personally, there are things that I bought and I just instantly became happy.
Yes.
Right. And with that, of course, it's the feeling that I always chase. I chase the feeling because I know that when I have this on my hands or on myself, I'll feel different, in which comes to, what you are going to speak about, which is the hedonic adaptation.
Right.
Yeah. And I've seen that it can also affect, your pursuit of happiness. But before we get into that, can you please take us through what is hedonic adaptation?
Okay, so hedonic adaptation is a principle that states that over time, we adapt to these events.
Yeah.
And we adapt to changes, and then we normalize it. Essentially, over time, some things become normal.
Yeah.
So, for example, like the impulsive buying that you were speaking about, we could buy something because we got an impulse high, or because we've always wanted that one thing. Because I remember when I was younger, everyone around me had cell phones, and I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
So I always looked forward to buying a cell phone, like my first purchase of a a cell phone. I was like, wow, the moment I get a cell phone, I will be somebody. I will be part of that group that now has cell phones.
Yeah.
And then the moment I got the cell phone, it's like, wow, he has the cell phone here. Then over time, adapted to the cell phone, then having a cell phone became something that's normal. And now I cannot live without a cell phone. And I take it for granted because it's just a normal thing to be.
Yeah.
So hedonic adaptations, there's multiple uses for it. But in essence, when we use it, when we're talking about like compulsive buying or emotional spend, it's that over time, these emotional highs and these emotional lows even out and they become normalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, man, that's pretty interesting, hey? Because I think emotions, it's also something that a person needs to actually get a hold of and control of. And then now I also want to know, how does the hedonic adaptation graph actually illustrate our relationship with pleasure and pain?
Okay, so what it does, it actually shows you that over time your pleasures and pains even out. So how it helps is that you better understand, you have a better understanding of the decisions that you're making around, for example, like buying. If I'm buying the cell phone, why am I buying the cell phone? What's the purpose of the cell phone that I'm buying? Am I looking at longevity so that I am happiest, or maybe I'm using the phone for its for the greatest use? You call it utility in economics when you're making a purchasing decision. When I buy the cell phone, when I buy that laptop, am I buying it to make use of it, to grow myself, and what is it aligned to? Is it aligned to maybe me fulfilling a purpose? So that helps us understanding emotionally why are we buying things and being able to make those long-term decisions, because at the end of the day, whatever you decide, at one point you're going to experience the equal and opposite of that. So how do we diminish the downside to it? One is to make the purchase as fulfilling as possible by linking it to maybe things that we want to accomplish in life. So for example, not buying the wrong shoe because you want to feel good, but instead, okay, how do I buy the shoe that is linked to my purpose? If I'm buying a formal shoe, can I feel good every time I wear the shoe? And is that formal shoe helping me maybe in my career? Is it also helping me maybe in getting a date? What's the fulfillment that it brings in buying that specific shoe?
Those are so many things to ask yourself before you buy the shoe, man.
It's a lot.
because trust me, if you wrote down everything you've just said right now, I'm like, Osman, come on, man, wait. Man.
This is a shoe, man, bro. I just need that shoe.
Yeah, so I mean, coming back right to the adaptation itself, because for me personally, like I've seen, the pursuit that, the effort of pursuit that I put towards the thing that make me happy, right? And trust me, I don't want something to affect my pursuit towards, having the feeling that I want, because trust me, I would spend the whole maybe 3 months or 3 weeks looking for that thing, because I know that the journey towards that, me getting the thing, it's going to make me feel happy. So how does this adaptation now affect, right? How does it affect my pursuit to the happiness of me getting that thing?
Well, how it helps, right? Is that when you look at the graph, you'll see that it's got two sides to it.
Okay.
That the graph in and of itself shows that there's the high and there's the low. So that means that every single event has two sides to it.
Okay.
So if you're using it to maybe, let's say you want to get into a relationship, it tells you that the person that you want to get into a relationship with has two sides to them, just as much as you also have two sides to you. So in your pursuit of that happiness, you have to recognize that there's also the other side, so that when you get to experience the other side, you're able to go through it with emotional stability, so that you not only chase the highs, where, for example, if you look at yourself, you realize that, well, I've got these great attributes to me. I've got these great attributes. Perhaps maybe I'm very intelligent and I speak very well. And put me in a room, I can socialize and I can get along with anybody. Those are the great qualities that I might have. And to that, there's also the downside to that. That I perhaps I'm not good in having great sustainable relationships because I get to know everybody.
Okay.
And the side to that is that I can sometimes get too arrogant and think I know too much, and then I don't want to learn anything new.
Yes.
And subsequent to that is
Yeah.
that I've got these two sides. Now, in knowing that I've got these two sides, I can be able to mitigate and understand myself and love both sides of myself.
Yeah.
So when I get into a relationship, or when I meet somebody new, I understand that that person comes with two sides.
Okay.
I'm going to experience two sides of Kia.
Okay.
The very thing that I love about Kia would be the very thing that I, over time, to normalize it, is the thing that I'm going to start hating and saying, well, I don't want this because it's now too much. That joke that she told when we first met, that great body that she had when we first met. Now it comes with the fact that now because she's great looking, it means that now there's more competition.
Okay.
So I have to now be able to live with that fact that this great body, it's not only me that's looking at it, it's other people that's looking at it.
Okay.
Now competition is higher. That means that now I have to work harder to keep that relationship going because the competition level is higher.
Yeah.
But if her beauty standards are lower, now I have to work less.
Yeah.
So it comes with that. So with that hedonic adaptation, when you look at the graph holistically, it makes you then appreciate the fact that there's two sides to you, there's two sides to everyone, and there's two sides to everything. So in your pursuit of that happiness, you must know that it comes with two sides to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So chasing the high, right? For some people, I've seen that two sides, it's really something that they're not used to. And now getting, to have the knowledge about knowing the both sides. I mean, in my experience, I've seen that chasing a high, it comes with the one-time thing that you get, and then you go back to the low, and then you look forward to chasing another high. So now, how does one, in an everyday example that we can use, deal with that without or trying to get to know the other side? Because now we're talking about two sides right here.
Yes.
I am chasing the high. Tomorrow, it's done, faded away, and then I am now up, to chase another high. How do I now, in an everyday example, try to get myself into understanding that there is both sides that I need to understand and balance?
Okay, well, you would feel it.
Yeah.
You would know. I mean, what happens the moment you accomplish your goal? You get excited.
Yeah, excitement.
Then what happens after that excitement?
It fades away.
It fades away.
Yeah.
Now something inside you tells you, okay, we need to set a different goal. We need to pursue something else.
Yeah.
So in everyday life, what I would say is, in all the actions that you're taking, it's all actions that are driven towards accomplishing something. So now the question now becomes is, how big of a game are you playing in life, and how big of a goal are you setting in towards accomplishment of that goal?
Yeah.
If, for example, if I have a relationship goal that I only want to be with someone for 1 week, what I discuss, what I try to accomplish, and the conversations that go on there are different to if my goal is to be with this person for the next 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
So the goals there, the conversations there are very different. If I want to be with someone for just a week, if I go out on a date with them, I'll be very, very excited. But if I go out on a date with someone that I want to be with for 30 years, a date is just part of the process.
Yeah.
So now that accomplishment is just like, oh, okay, this is just part of the process. We're building up towards it.
Yeah.
You've seen this with sports figures. I mean, you're a great sports fanatic.
Yep.
You've seen the sports people that achieve greatness are people who have what? Those long-term goals. So scoring 2 goals today or scoring a hat-trick today is just part of the process to get into 1,000 goals. So that's how you use it in everyday life. So the everyday life now is, how big of a vision do you have? I mean, when I came in, I read the mission statement there about Vooka Nation. Is that one of the goals of Vooka Nation is to inspire and change cultures. Now, if you look at the work that you're doing, you're on video, you're on audio. Inspiring culture is not just now. 100 years from now, someone could pick up this audio and be inspired by that.
Yeah.
So that's a long-term goal. So this episode, you're not going to get very high after this episode is done. You'll be like, no, it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
Because now it all goes back to how big of a vision, how big of a goal do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah. Quick question. So, when it comes to the graph, the one that I'm pulling up right here on screen, so this example is about getting a pet,
Yes.
where you experience a high level of happiness, and the opposite effect is also there, where you lose the pet and you experience a decline. Now, you mentioned something about balance.
Yes.
So, if I were to purchase something or get something or achieve something, and if my level of excitement is over the roof, skyscraper, maybe even beyond that in the clouds, does this also mean that when the opposite effect happens, that the drop will also be as drastic as the high that I had? Or can I somehow reduce the drop so that it's not as similar, if that makes sense?
It makes sense, and that's a great question. And so, because the peak, let's perhaps put numbers to it. Let's say the excitement was on a positive 10, right? Oh yeah, okay. So let's say the moment you got that pet, your emotional happiness was on a positive 10.
Yeah.
Then you lose the pet. Now, to balance that out, you would need to have a 1-to-1 ratio. So the gain of the pet will have to be equal to the loss of the pet. So it has to be on a 1-to-1 ratio. So it has to be equal to that, to match it, to balance it out, to get to that stable, equilibrated, and balanced level. So you would have to then go in there and drop the feeling of having the pet down to that 1 ratio and taking up the loss of the pet to that 1-to-1 ratio so that it evens out. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers the question a bit, because then, so it will have to even out, or else you're going to be driven by the opposite of those two events.
So with the pet,
Yes.
I think this is a good example where if we were to tie it in with the loss of human beings,
Yes.
and also marry it with even other things like you acquire, let's say you've got a car, you lose the house, right? That we've seen that with human beings, whenever we lose a loved one, we have to go through the process of mourning and grieving, right? So that's the process of acknowledging that when they were still around, you had this, let's give it a number as well, a 10, right? And in their loss, then you would also have to dig in to try and raise it up so that it balances out. So would you then say, for lack of a better word, when we talk about material things as well, that gave you that high, that you still need to somehow go through that process of mourning for that car or for that house or for that job that you lost? Would one have to go through that process of resolving it and somehow mourning that thing?
Yes, you still will. But remember, so here's one thing to understand, right? So what the hedonic adaptation is sort of doing, right, is that it's adding time to events. But if we remove the time part and we look at something such as quantum physics. So in quantum physics, it tells us that everything is in a full quantum state. So if we remove the time element to it, it means that when you gained that pet, when you gained that job, or when you gained whatever emotional high it was, it already came with its equal and opposite of it. It's just that at that time, we were only conscious of the one side, and only saw that high and didn't see the negative that came with it. Because the moment you buy the car, what happens with the car? There's insurance on the car.
Yeah.
There's depreciation on the car. There's
Services.
services that come with that. So it's already evened out over time. So by the moment you lose the car, what happens is you've got rid of all the downsides that come with it. So it evens out then. Now you don't have the insurance. It means now you've got more money to play around with. Now it means now you don't have to be everywhere as quick as possible. You now have time for yourself. So the mourning period is all about saying, okay, now that I've lost, what is it that I've gained? So you're now conscious of the other side to it the moment you're going through it. So, but if you're able to then equilibrate it from the start to say, okay, now I've gained this relationship, now I've gained this car. What are the downsides to it? Okay, now it means it comes with this, that. Okay, you've equilibrated the gain with the equal and opposite of it that comes with it. Now when you lose it, or if you're under threat that it might go away, you're more open to it going and coming. Whether it comes or goes, you're like, okay, I'll adapt to it much quicker.
Yeah.
So you're always going to adapt. The question is, how long on that graph does it take for you to adapt? If I'm being run by something that happened to me in grade 7 and I haven't adapted to it yet, I'm making relationship decisions. I'm making financial decisions on something that affected me in grade 7. I'm still stuck in that specific time period, and I haven't then adapted to how things are working now.
Yeah.
Living in the past.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So before you jump in, Mo, this just sparked something where you're saying that we could look at situations or whatever it is that we are about to enter into and consider the yin and the yang of the thing that we're about to acquire. So, for example, a car, if I choose to pay insurance now, I don't know what will happen, but I am basically considering the other downside of having a vehicle, and then in the unfortunate event something happens, theft, because I would have somehow paid the price, I'm able to reach equilibrium much quicker.
Yes.
Right? And this then serves my next question, where I think you were asking it, Mo, I think on Monday, about pain is gain and gain is pain, where you decide what you want to experience up front, because there's people that first go through the process of pain. Let's say you're building your body, you're looking for that summer body. And then there is the highs that come with it when you get compliments, right? And then there's others where you experience the pleasure up front, like eating sweets. It's all nice, but then you then have a visit at the doctor's office the next day, right? But that's the whole process you are talking about. So coming back to that question, pain is gain, would you then say it also applies to this adaptation?
Yes. So with the adaptation, what we're doing is we're taking opposite spectrums with everything. And the beauty about this is you can apply it in so many things. I mean, like if we go back again to the quantum physics or the quantum state of being, that everything is in a quantum state.
Yeah.
This very table is in a quantum state where it's both decaying and existing, and it's got two sides to it.
Okay.
So when we use this, we can use it even when it comes to relationships.
Yeah.
I really love the relationship part. I don't know why. That tells you maybe where the most missing part of myself is, right? So now you use it in a relationship sense where you can then ask yourself, well, what is the thing that I love most about my partner? And for everything that you list that you like about your partner, you list its equal and opposite of that, equilibrally or one-to-one. So if you love your partner's smile, find the thing that you don't like about your partner that corresponds with that smile. So maybe it could be her anger, right? And when you have both of them, because this is what you're going to experience, you're going to experience the smile and you're going to experience the anger at times. And ask yourself, what are the drawbacks to the actual smile? What happens when she smiles? Maybe when she smiles, you lose your cool. You then become vulnerable. You then say, okay, anything you want. Here's the wallet, right?
Cough out the money, my friend.
You melt. You take out the money. You impulsively spend on that or whatever it is. Then on the opposite spectrum is then ask yourself, well, when she gets angry, what are the benefits that come with it? Okay, when she gets angry, it brings me back to reality, gives me the silent treatment. Now I have to work harder for the relationship. It means now I'm stabilizing the relationship and putting her first. But what's interesting behind that is that the reason why we have these labels around good and bad is because it's driven by our value structure or our hierarchy of values.
Yeah.
And that's what it's driven by.
Yeah, it's very interesting, man, because I'm thinking that how it's not wrong when your partner is angry at you and do something that they love.
Yes.
They love gifts, and if she's angry, buy her gifts because that's something that brings her back to life.
Their love language.
Yeah, others will go to an extent of saying, nah, that's you buying love back again.
Yes. But we can even debunk the whole myth about the love language.
Yeah.
Because then here's what the love language doesn't do. The love language only looks at things at one side.
Okay.
Doesn't look at things on the other side of the other spectrum. So me speaking in your love language has two sides to it.
Okay.
That's why I'm always grateful for Demartini's teaching, because he essentially teaches you that everything has two sides. You can't separate it. Every trait comes with two sides. So even the person speaking in your love language comes with two sides. Now, if you only see it from one side, what's going to happen is the moment Banele doesn't buy you the gift, now you're going to be like, oh, you're not speaking my love language. It means you don't love me anymore.
Yeah.
It means your love for me has diminished. Now you've put a label on what the experience of love is. And because of that label, now you're feeling unloved. But then if you understand that everything comes with two sides, then you'll be like, whether he buys me the gift or not, I'm still in the state of love. How is he not buying me a gift, a state of love? I know you might be thinking like, oh, no. It's not love. But him not buying you a gift, it means you then become independent enough to want to buy your own things.
Yeah.
So he's loving you by giving you that form of independence. So once we understand that everything has two sides, then you're able to then adapt to that. Okay, the moment Banele doesn't buy me a gift, it's not a sign that he doesn't love me. It's just, it comes with that spectrum that I can't have an unrealistic expectation that Banele will always show me love by buying me gifts. What if he's showing me love by consoling me after having a hard day?
So according to you, which equation is better? Loss equals to gain, or gain equals to loss? Both of them.
They're both one and the same thing, if you look at it.
Okay.
So please explain both equations so that we can get a better understanding.
By buying this car, it means I'm going to lose most of the money that I spend on myself.
Okay.
Right? And now, by losing this car, that means I'm gaining back the money that I used to spend on myself. I think that's the better way just to put it without, different connotations.
Okay. So remember that each action is driven towards the fulfillment of your hierarchy of values.
Yeah.
So if you value having money more than spending money, then you will go without the car. But if you value having the car because the car perhaps fulfills a greater spectrum of your values, then you would forfeit the money to have the car. Maybe having the car means, because I've got a Cove 7, in society I'm seen as the person to date. So that has more benefits because of the car. Maybe society values the fact that I've got 10 million in my bank account. So all of a sudden, the guy with the G7 has less power. So therefore, let me accumulate money so I can gain power.
Yeah.
So it goes back to that, like which one of the two, one is linked to your hierarchy of values, and then two, which one, in your perception, do you believe will increase your power?
Yeah.
Having the money or having the car?
having the car.
Which of the two?
It's very interesting because even if we can take, all of the direction, it will always bring us back to the balance that we need.
Yes.
Right, which is the balance. It's one of the most important thing, because that is what most of the people are seeking out there, whether it's religiously, they always seek balance to say, okay, if I, have certain beliefs, what are the drawbacks, right? Because one would not even take a stance to say, of trying to question what is it that they're trying to believe and the drawbacks that comes with it, right?
Yes.
But now we are learning that this adaptation also has limits to it, right? So can you share some of the strategies to overcome the limitation of the adaptations?
Well, so please, can you please explain that question? I'm a bit slow sometimes.
Strategies of to overcome the limitations of hedonic adaptation, if there's any.
So to overcome that, I think it's about removing the time element to it.
Okay.
So I think because I was privileged again, I'd say, to come across specific teachings that sort of go in and beyond that, and in an understanding that everything comes with the two sides.
Yeah.
This goes back. There was a Greek philosopher.
Yeah.
That actually predates Christianity.
Yeah.
His name is Plotinus.
Okay.
And in his work, he came up with this like structure that he said that we all come from this infinite oneness, right? And then from that infinite oneness, we then get the intellect and the soul, and then from the soul level, then we get to the material world.
Yeah.
And in his discourse and in his studies and what he wrote about, he wrote that everything is in this infinite oneness. Every single event, every single attribute, every single thing is in there.
Yeah.
And through the material world and through the soul and the intellect, we're all reflections of this oneness. In other words, and then you get some people who say, well, I think you watch The Matrix, there's the scene with the architect where he's talking to Neo and says, well, there's different variants to you. And in all your variants, you seem to be this variant. What I take from that scene is that every single experience that Neo had, he had all of these experiences, and all these experiences add up to this one experience. So in other words, everyone is having different experiences that ultimately goes back to the one.
Yeah.
So in transcending the hedonic adaptation is to go back and realize that in essence we come from this thing that we can call it love. And this oneness. And this oneness has everything in it.
Yeah.
And it's been expressed differently. Me not speaking in your love language is an expression of this oneness, because this oneness has everything and there's nothing to add or subtract to it.
Yeah.
Me speaking in that love language is also a drawback in of itself. So I think that in understanding that we all come from this infinite oneness, and we're just reflections of it. There's nothing that he has that I don't have. There's nothing that I have that he doesn't have. We're all just reflections. Yeah.
Yo, that is very powerful.
Man,
Indeed.
it really is powerful, because when you also take a look at the social aspect or the social life that we live in, I also want to know, Guti, how does the social comparison impact our happiness according to the hedonic adaptation principle?
Okay, so there's something called mimetic desires. Can you please look that up for us?
Mimetic.
Yeah, mimetic desires.
Okay.
It was someone by the name of René something came up with it, a French philosopher. He spoke about mimetic desires, that sometimes when we desire things, there's two ways to it. Am I desiring, for example, this laptop to fulfill a higher need, to fulfill a purpose? Or am I desiring the laptop because there's an entity outside of myself that influenced me to want that? And that if I follow those two models, if I desire that laptop because I'm influenced by you, it means that Ralph Waldo Emerson said it so beautifully. It means that I'm committing suicide as a part of myself, because I'm trying to be something that I'm not. And Einstein said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb up a tree, the fish will then be stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
Right? So in me desiring the things that I desire, am I desiring it because I'm trying to be like you? And the moment I'm trying to be like you, I am not reflective of my own genius, and my own reflective good.
Yeah.
So there's those two ways. But if I desire it because I want to truly fulfill what I want, and it's something that I see that can fulfill my truer self, then I'm honoring who I am and what I want. But there's nothing wrong in sometimes having someone to tell, well, it's possible to get that. It's possible for you to get the laptop. It's possible for you to build the business that you want because of the laptop.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in that. Where it stems now is I'm getting the laptop because I want to be like you. Then it means I'm not honoring myself in that process. And that then gives rise to all of these things. Yes.
Yeah.
So as a student of psychology,
Right.
yourself, you've probably come to learn about the various types of advertising, marketing, where it is done covertly so that you don't even realize that what you think you want was actually implanted by someone else. But you think truly so, these are my own thoughts, these are my desires. So from a hypnosis standpoint, where if it is done directly so, direct hypnosis, you know that you are being fed ideas. But if it's done covertly so, you do not know. So if you find yourself desiring a laptop or any other thing, or you questioning yourself that, look, this is what I want, how do you then differentiate between, is this what me, as in the true you, genuinely want, or is this something that was even coerced by media or something else that makes you think that this is what you truly want? Is there a way for you to draw a separation that this is marketing or this is me?
Okay, so with every decision that we make decisions based on what we know at that specific moment.
Yeah.
So the very thing that you know at that moment is the things that you make the decisions on. So when it comes to marketing, it's a very clever way, and it's a very great industry as well.
Yeah.
When you make a decision to want something, you're making that decision based on the fact that when I buy this is going to fulfill my highest values. So in my purchase of this, I'm going to fulfill all my values, my hierarchy of values are going to be fulfilled. So for example, if Ferrari came and marketed to me a Ferrari car, I will not buy it because it's marketing something that I'm like, okay, if I buy a Ferrari, are my values going to really be met if I buy a Ferrari? Yes, they might be met to a specific level, but I won't be able to sustain a Ferrari. I won't be able to drive it everywhere that I want to go. But then now, a different company comes and says, well, for the same experience of a Ferrari, we can get you a car that only costs 80,000 Rand. I'm like, oh, okay. Tick, do I have 80,000 Rand? Okay, yes, I do. What can I do with the car? Can I travel everywhere? Can I maintain it? Can I sustain it? Then I'm like, oh, this meets my value structure. So in the world, we're always selling our values to somebody else. That's the nature of the way the world works. I'm coming to Kia, I'm saying, well, Kia, this is my values, and I want to meet your values through my values. And this is how I can meet your values through me. So that's why marketing happens. And those decisions that we always make the decisions based on, okay, this is going to fulfill my hierarchy of values. The Coke decision that he made, he at that moment knew that, one, if I drink Coke, it's going to give me social proof.
Yeah.
If I drink Coke, my thirst is going to be handled. If I drink Coke, my values are going to be met based on the fact that I drank Coke. Now, it could have been something else. It could have been maybe Sprite. But he's like, no, Sprite won't meet my hierarchy of values. He's like, Coke will be the thing that will meet my hierarchy of values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? So just to go back a bit,
Yeah.
when you asked me to look up the mimic desire, right?
Yes.
So here it says that the mimic desire refers to the idea that individuals do not desire objects or goals in isolation. Rather, their desires are influenced by observing what others desire. And here it is broken down in 3 structures of desire, which is the subject, the person desiring, the model, which is the person whose desire is being imitated, and the object, which is the desired item.
Yeah.
And then it also comes down to says that the implications of the mimic desire is rivalry and conflict, scapegoating mechanism, and cultural influence.
Yeah. So that actually speaks also to social media. So if we, as a society, if we then say the dating principle, which is then the model, is what we see on social media. And then social media tells us, well, the guy that you're supposed to be with, or the guy that you're supposed to be dating, is the guy that speaks in your love language. Or maybe is the guy that gives you, what's that monthly thing? What do they call it?
Girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
Girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
And then, is it that? What are the other things that social media promotes around relationship?
Girlfriend allowance, vacations, and then you have like your shopping
Couple
sprees.
goals.
Couple goals, yeah.
Yes.
Couple goals.
Yeah.
Right? So that's then the module. If we go by that module, that then means that, okay, now we're saying that we're basing the status or the level of happiness or the level of gain based on that module. Then we go back to society and then we say, okay, if there's 3 men here, right, and you're the woman, and now you're having to make a dating decision, what decision are you going to make? You're going to say, based on that module, in the 3 men that are in the studio, who's more likely to give you not everything there, but the closest thing to that. And then you make your decision based on that. Now, you're making a decision based on a module that's outside of yourself. Then, to overcome that, like we spoke about later, is then to say, okay, who are you as an individual outside of that module? Do you enjoy going on vacations?
How are you?
Right.
Okay, for me, I've never been to a vacation, so I don't follow a whole lot of social media norms like vacation or taking couple pictures or couple goals. For me, it's something that I've never done because despite the fact that we might want to take couple pictures and all of that, it's not an us thing.
It's not an us thing.
It's not something that we should actually do. And it's lucky for me, it's something that I'm not mimicking or something that I actually desire.
Right, so that those would be one of the differences when it comes to those desires and finding out, okay, do I want this this monthly salary because it gives me worth as a woman, or do I say, okay, you know what, my worth as a woman is I love to go out and I love working and I love providing service to the world. So I don't want a girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
So therefore I'm completely fulfilled in what I want.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the modules that you're following. If the module you're following is that social media, then chances are your depressive levels are going to go up and down based on fulfilling that module. You're going to be depressed if you don't fulfill that module. You're going to be happy if you fulfill that module. But if you go inwards, then you'll be like, okay, these are the things that I want, these are the things that I value, and this is who I am as Kia in the essence of who I am. Then you're honoring who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one must avoid cultural influence in order for them not to have rivalry and conflict and not end up being a scapegoat.
Guys, these things they work for us.
You see, I use reverse psychology on those three implications. Avoid cultural
Much as-
influence so that you don't have rivalry and conflict.
As much as I'm learning, guys, these things they work for us.
They work.
Mimicking works. But I'm coming to learn that there is something that we can compare. And just to differentiate, with a hedonic adaptation.
Yes.
And it's called the eudaimonic happiness. This sounds like demonic happiness. So what's the difference between the two?
I like that. Eudaimonia.
Yeah.
So eudaimonia stems from Aristotle's work.
Okay.
So he was studying virtues, morality, and the essence of happiness. So eudaimonia is essentially living according to your true nature and living according to a purpose beyond pleasure and pain. Whereas hedonic adaptation comes from a different philosopher, which was I'm forgetting his name, but basically he said that we should strive to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. So those two contrasted philosophers had different views of life.
Yeah.
But eudaimonia is essentially goes back to what we spoke about Plotinus.
Okay.
That in essence it's about looking at true fulfillment, living according to a purpose, and going beyond pleasure and pain to say, well, I'm doing this because the end goal is to derive pain from it, is to derive pleasure from it.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm doing this because in the fulfillment of what I want.
Yeah.
So basically, it goes back to that setting higher goals. That okay, my life is not just to live for the pleasure of month end I get paid, but how do I increase my life so that I can influence future generations? How do I do that?
Yeah.
So eudaimonia speaks to that essence of okay, how do you as Mo fully integrate yourself as a human being?
Yeah.
It also speaks to Carl Jung's psychology about integrating the shadow self. How do you, Mo, live with the fact that you get frustrated at times?
Yes.
You get pissed off at times.
Yeah.
With the fact that you do swear at times. With the fact that you're not a perfect human being. But on the other side, you're also that other side.
Yeah.
It speaks to that. And in the fulfillment of your purpose, integrating all sides of yourself. Yeah.
That is very beautiful and, of course, to explore. But before we take a short break and come back, do you think that this certain knowledge is actually limited to the environment that you are in? Because sometimes we believe that just because I live in this environment, there is certain knowledge that I'm limited to, that I cannot expand to even get to. So do you feel like these kind of adaptations, they speak to the environment that you have?
No, they speak to the individual's consciousness and how they see it. I mean, just last week I was going through like a study around like consciousness, reality, and what it is and what it's not, right? And I encourage you to study a bit of quantum physics and the whole field of quantum mechanics. That basically our environment is just it's a reflection. Right?
Okay.
And there's more to environment than what comes before us. I mean, to make a clear example of this, right, is Banele, right? You've stayed here for some time, right? So think about this. Do you remember that before Wi-Fi was invented?
I do.
You remember before Wi-Fi was invented, right? And that you looked at space or this empty space is like, oh no, it's just a place that is just a place to sit, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just air.
Yeah.
It's just air, right? Then our conscious thinking, our way of thinking and looking at the world, then went higher. Then we invented, I think, LAN cables. Or what came first? I don't know.
So it was telecom through ADSL services. But I remember before that, it was still making use of dial-up internet, where it made use of your copper cables at the time, which was called dial-up.
Okay, and then it made use of dialer. Then from dialer, then we went to these towers that we had to communicate, right? But then when was then Wi-Fi invented? When did it come about?
I think I learned about Wi-Fi in probably 2006.
2006.
For me, yeah.
Right. So in other words, Wi-Fi was always around.
Okay.
Right. We just hadn't the conscious
To tap into it.
tap into it. But once we elevated our consciousness, we discovered that there's already a Wi-Fi in existence. We then just need to develop the technology to tap into that. So now Wi-Fi, is it only EKASI, or is it only in America, or is it a global thing? It's a global thing. So what I'm just trying to say is that our environment is a reflection of the way we think and how we see the world and how we perceive it.
Wow.
Just as how we're able to manipulate Wi-Fi, because all Wi-Fi is just information. We're tapping into information that already exists in there.
Yeah.
So that's all we're doing. That's what reality essentially is that it's just a reflection of how we think, how we see the world, how we perceive it. So it reflects back to us. Yeah.
Very interesting, man. It is very interesting, because I think that's what Nikola Tesla said, that like most of the things that the genius, that we have, it's there. It's just a matter of tapping into it. Right, and it also takes enormous effort and energy to tap into that genius that's in yourself. More than the outside, the external thing, you just need to look into the inside, so that you know how to navigate, how things work in general, right? So because now we have spoken about the eudaimonic, is it eudaimonic or eudaimonia?
Eudaimonia, yes.
Eudaimonia, right? Yes. So now going back to the hedonic adaptation,
right?
That understanding everything about it, how can that help me, in my relationship? For someone right now, maybe who's just joined in and they are trying to understand the conversation, how does, how can understanding the hedonic adaptation help, their relationship?
Well, it certainly helps in them being able to be more balanced in their relationship. It calms down the emotional charges, or the emotional peaks and lows, so that you're then able to approach your relationship again from a point where the person is free to come and go. So the more freedom you give someone, the more freedom in essence you're giving to yourself. So if you're in a relationship, you'll know that the basis of the relationship is that the person is yet to fulfill their values, just as much as I'm yet to fulfill my values. If they feel that their values are not being fulfilled, they are free to go and get their values met somewhere else. Just the same way that if I feel that my values are not being fulfilled I also have the freedom to get my values fulfilled everywhere else. But also, it's about not only saying, well, I'm not happy here, I need to leave. Or you're frustrated me, I need to leave. It's about saying, okay, I am experiencing both sides. I'm getting the full expression. The next relationship that I'm going to go to, I'm going to get the full expression of both sides as well. So then you're getting into the relationship with the balanced point of view that I'm going to get both sides no matter what. Yeah.
They always say that if you truly love something, you need to set it free, and if it's meant to be, it'll always find its way back
that's
to
not
you.
true. Because I set her free. She's not.
That's the thing. If it was not meant to be, if it's meant to be, they'll come back. Remember that I told you about an ex of mine who came back into my life this year and was even willing to be aside. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
But now, I mean, if you've got shackles and chains, just chain it. Then you know it's not going anywhere, right?
Wow.
It's also an option.
Because
I think that's pretty extreme.
now I need to wonder if it will come back. No, chain
The stresses.
chain it, and you know it's gonna be there.
Yeah, no.
Osvaldo, there's a term, right? Indifference.
Yes.
Being indifferent from the outcome or the result.
Yes.
So I buy let me give a practical example. If I were to buy another laptop right now, because I've bought I don't know how many laptops in my life, the peak wouldn't be as high for me. And if I were to lose one right now, same. Like for me, I'm just indifferent from the outcome. So when someone reaches that stage where things don't make them so happy or too happy, is that a bad thing? Because remember about the opposite equal.
Yes.
That if you become too happy, then there's also the counter as well. And if we were to remove time, if we look at things in their quantum state, then everything has balance as it comes. So if I'm indifferent, you buy me a gift, I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate it, but it doesn't move the needle for me. I'm not a bad person.
No, you're not a bad person. There's something in the Demartini method training program that here's what we get taught. You first get you get a judgment, you get difference, and then you get you get indifference, and then you get love. So you first start out judging something, you judge it. Then you could, if we follow the hedonic adaptation graph, over time you come indifferent to it. You're like, oh well, he hit me, right? So in indifference, you're saying, well, he hit me. It didn't really affect me, but I wish he didn't hit me, right? So you haven't fully gotten to the point where you really, really loved the fact that he hit you, and you wouldn't have it any other way. So in indifference, you're not emotionally impacted by it, but you'll still be like, well, if it had gone differently, it would have been much better. So in indifference, you can still get stuck in the, okay, well, you've bought me a gift. You've bought me this laptop. I acknowledge it. Thank you for the laptop, but I wish you got me a different gift. It's not that you got me the gift, but I wish you got me a different gift because I've got 6 laptops already, right? Now, love is in essence saying, well, you got me that laptop, and that laptop is the essence of it wouldn't have gone either way. And I fully love that laptop because you're then able to see both sides to it and being able to integrate those both sides is when you're then in that state of love that I wish you bought me another 100 laptops and it wouldn't have been any other way. You see? So that's then, so indifference is a stepping ladder towards that essence of love.
Yeah. So right now in our society, because I feel like we also need to come back, as much as we're having this conversation, there is the reality that is taking place in our country right now.
Yes.
Right. And these kind of, adaptation, they can really play a huge role in changing how society and how people make decisions every day. Do you feel like these kind of adaptation are things that people are practicing and seeing and aware of them, or it's something that needs to be taught more to people just to understand both sides of everything that they're going through?
It's something that needs to be taught because it's not it's an awareness thing. Because in order for you to grasp this, you have to go to something which is called a reflective awareness. And reflective awareness is essentially being able to sit down and being able to analyze and to put things into perspective. I mean, as I say this, it's not that I'm going to go outside, right? And be like, wow, I see both sides to this, right? No, that's not going to happen. If I'm stuck in traffic and someone is in my way and I'm trying to get somewhere and I get frustrated, I will honk at the person.
Yeah.
Right? Because that, in essence, at that specific moment in time, I'm frustrated because I want to get somewhere and I want to hurry, and this person, in my perception, has done something wrong. So I'm going to react to it at that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying that with the reflective awareness is that you're then able to then calm yourself down and be like, oh, okay, how was that a puzzle of love,
Yeah.
I would say? That person cutting into me, how is that a reflective awareness of myself? First of all, I have to go in and be like, okay, when and where have I cut into someone's life? I have to be like, okay, did I try to hit someone with a steamer somewhere and take their girlfriend or something? Eish, yeah, you see. So I then, so that person then is, remember we said, is a reflection of me. So that thing that frustrated me, I'm frustrated by it because I haven't acknowledged where I also actually also do the same
Did
thing.
the same thing. Ooh.
So being able to sit down, then reflect and be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that person doesn't speak in my love language. Where haven't I spoken in someone else's love language? And being able to go and be like, oh, I've done it here, done it there, and be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I 100% own the fact that I also do that. Then after owning it, it's then the process of saying, well, I have to love myself enough for the moments when I didn't do that,
Yeah.
because it benefited me and it
Yeah.
benefited the other person. So you're then seeing, oh, not only that the person get this one side, but the person also got the other side, because again, that's full spectrum that comes with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not, that's what I'm saying is, it's not that I'm going to walk out
Yeah.
and be this angel. I'm not an angel and I'm not a demon either.
Yeah.
I've got both sides.
Yeah.
I will get frustrated. Even knowing this, it's about, oh, okay, now that I know this, is it the thing that drives me? I'm not being driven by those events, but I'm able to bring myself back to balance at a much quicker pace than, oh, well, in grade 7, someone broke my heart.
Yeah.
Now I can't get into this relationship because of someone in grade 7.
Yeah.
But it's saying, no, the last relationship, this and that happened. Oh, okay, that was the dynamic of that relationship.
Yeah.
I'm able to step into this relationship with this experience, with its dynamic. That's all that it is.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Finding the perfect balance between your yin and yang is something that everybody needs to have in life. And it's not always going to be easy. It's always a learning journey ahead of us. So we can learn to balance our emotions and actually become one with ourselves. So I want to know, Osvaldo,
Yes.
what can our viewers, what key takeaway can our viewers get when it comes to the hedonic adaptation that they can actually use in their lives?
Love yourself for all sides of yourself. I mean, identify which sides of yourself you don't like. Do the shadow work. I think that's the closest thing that you can look up. Shadow work by Carl Jung. It's about integrating your shadow self, the things that you hate about yourself.
Yeah.
Find out how that serves you and how it also serves the world. But in identifying the things that you don't like about yourself, make sure that for everything you identify that you don't like, identify the thing that you do like, the thing that you're infatuated with, as well as the thing that you resented. So never have, I've got 5 things I dislike and I only have 3 things that I like about myself. That's an imbalanced perception, because the 5 would outweigh the 3, and then you're gonna be in this disequilibrium. So for everyone, there's an equal and opposite. So it's about finding its equal and opposite. If maybe the trigger's on the other person, find what you like about the next person, and it's equal and opposite what you dislike about the person, and bring those 2 into balance.
Yeah.
So you consciously then see that, oh, there's 2 sides to this person. Yeah.
Loving yourself and learning to be content with yourself is one of the things that we have taken from here. And then, Barry, you must also learn to balance your life. There mustn't be up and down. You must learn to love yourself and each and every single part of you, because if you're not content with yourself, you cannot expect anybody else out there to be content with what you have to bring onto the table. Hey, so right now we're gonna head over to our YouTube comment section, and then we have a comment from @yours_Neliswa saying, "Good morning, Vooka Nation. Ngivugile fam, happy Wednesday, Nelly." And then she comes back again saying, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Vooka Nation. I also hope that the guys there at Tegwini Underground Radio, I hope you guys are still doing okay and enjoying the very much insightful conversation that we have had Konala with Osvaldo. And please do not forget to send us your voice notes or send us a text on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. Now we also include some things that we also love, that we also love sharing with you here. Konala Vooka Breakfast Show. It's not only about becoming one with yourself or becoming content with yourself. It's also about celebrating the fact that the year is ending and more people are heading down to spend time with their family, and it's time for us to actually rejoice and enjoy everything that the world has to offer. I mean, we only just have 28 days remaining before we say goodbye 2025, hello 2026. Just 28 days remaining. And for me, I can't wait for the 25th because some of us are growing up.
We grow up every day.
Your birthday is past. Let me enjoy my birthday, man. Let me enjoy my birth month. No. Why are you being so jealous?
Can I ask before? I don't know how long we're here for, but I want to go around the table, right? Because I love when people get this sense of gratitude, right? So I'm going to ask each one of you guys, like, what are the 5 things that you're most grateful for that have happened to you this year? So do I start on the left, the middle, or the right?
Can we come back?
Yeah. Like, what are
5 things that I'm grateful for?
Yeah, the 5 things that you're most grateful for that happened to you this year.
Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna start with the simplest, which is the 2, right? Like, I think I'm grateful that I had an opportunity to grow as an individual, right? And I am grateful that I still have family by my side, still growing together, even if, some of the things happened in the past, but we're still together. And I'm grateful that I was able to, in some situation, regarding my friends, I was able to stand up for myself. For such a long time, I couldn't, because I think I had that problem. I always agreed to everything. I couldn't say no to some of the things. So I'm grateful that I have developed the muscle to say no sometimes.
Yeah.
Last 2, I am grateful for life, man. Waking up every day and just, thank, our Almighty for the life that we have, that I have. Yeah, grateful for life. And lastly, what is it that I'm grateful for? I am grateful that I was able to meet people like you this year, right? So just being and doing this job made me meet a lot of great people, right? And that also helped me in terms of making my daily life decisions, sitting here each and every day, having conversation and being around my team also, it made me feel very, very good, right? So yeah, those are my 5, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Gratitude. There's quite a lot. So this year I was involved in an accident. I'm grateful that I'm alive. And I came out of it barely scratched. So that I'm grateful for. I look at my daughter and I'm grateful that I'm a dad, right? And I've got this huge responsibility of imparting all of my life experiences, but also allowing her to learn how she wants to learn, right? So as much as I can influence there, but I'm also learning from her, where I look at her and I think, oh wow, this is a God, this is a human being. And I've always believed you can't control another God. So I allow her to be. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my family, because they've shown me love where one would think that you probably undeserving, right? Where if you ask once, twice, thrice, you yourself think that I've asked too much,
Yeah.
but they still come through and give, right? Where to me, like it has shown me that I've got a supportive family because I'm not blind. I can see people around me, and just by observing, I can tell that, man, I've got a very good family, right? From my siblings to parents, grandfathers, and grandmothers. Here at work, the one thing that I'm super, super grateful for is that I know what it's like to have a traditional 9 to 5. And this year alone, I was able to be in this full time.
Yeah.
Now, it has its ups and downs, but I am super grateful for that. I'm grateful for the team. I'm grateful for the space. I'm grateful for the conversations that we were having here, because this December I was just thinking to myself, I need to go back and rewatch the most impactful interviews, and then probably even have what's called an editor's, choice of interviews. So there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot, but the fact that I can live and work in Soweto, that grateful for, and do something that is, that can impact the world from here. Super grateful. Yeah. And also, my health is in check, so I'm happy for that. Yeah.
And grateful.
So that's 5, right?
Yeah.
Another one. Can I give you a bonus as well?
We need one for, yeah.
Also, I'm grateful to my girlfriend as well.
Yeah.
She's been very supportive. Because even the small things, man, because, she does my laundry. Grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to do that. I mean, I do it sometimes, but she does the smallest things, and appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful.
It is. I need that for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Almost like everybody else here, I'm grateful for life. I hit a bit of a hurdle this year. Mentally, psychologically, could have led to something otherwise, but I'm grateful for life. Number 2, I'm grateful for having a strong mindset.
Yeah.
For the fact that I was able to block out the certain thing that could have had my life gone the opposite direction. It takes a lot, especially to have the willpower, the mental power to overcome some things that you find a lot of people end up unaliving themselves for. So I'm grateful for that. And my son, he drives me nuts, but I'm grateful for him. I'm going to be honest. He drives me nuts, but I'm grateful for him because he brings out the most joy in my life. The same goes for my my baby brother. I'm grateful for family, basically. And I'm grateful for the family that I ended up having outside of my bloodline, which is basically the family here at the station. I've told them even sometime earlier this year that for me, you're not my colleagues.
Yeah.
You're family. Here I have family. And I'm grateful for all the other family members that I've had that have come through in my life, people that I never expected I could consider as family, but I ended up having them as family. Yes, and then I'm grateful for the growth that I've had besides here at the radio station when it comes to my acting career, when it comes to my MC career. I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for the fact that I have a support system. Even when I feel like things are just going haywire, I'm grateful for the fact that I have people who actually have my back, even when I go through the most lowest of lows.
Wow, that's a great one. You see how easy it is to change your perspective by asking the right questions, and how do you feel now that you've been able to bring yourself to a state of gratitude?
Ngifuna ukukhala, ngicela itissue. One thing they know about me is that I get very emotional when it comes to such things because I know that it's not easy for most people. And I always do say that even before we end the show that you're always your biggest motivator. You are your biggest inspiration. Before you can go outside looking for inspiration from somewhere else or somebody else, you must first start with yourself. If you yourself don't believe in yourself, how is anybody else going to believe in you? So that's what I'm saying, that I'm grateful for the mindset that I have. The fact that even when I see that things are just going opposite direction, I'm still able to motivate myself within that specific time frame to see the bigger things or the much more brighter things or the good that I can still do or the good that I have that is not worth for me turning bad or going down the wrong road.
And like when you guys were talking about the things that you're grateful for, did your mind sort of go into that state where you looked at the good and the bad and you're like, oh, this is it. Oh, this is it.
Trying to find good things.
Yeah.
More than anything. Because I feel like this brings much clarity.
Okay.
Yeah. Because for me, it's not a thing that I do daily. You know, wake up and be grateful for something. Like honestly, like it's not something that I do. When I wake up, like I want money. You know.
Yeah.
So most of the time, right now, how I feel, you know, when I talk about the things that I'm grateful for, like it feels like something that I, that's foreign to me, and it actually makes me feel better to say. Sometimes it's the smallest things, that make a great impact in your life. Understand? So you have to be grateful for those things. I think I've read a book that had whole chapter of like the acts of gratitude.
Yeah.
Right. I know it's one of the love languages, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Acts of service. No, that's acts of service. Yeah. Acts of gratitude and the whole, energy that goes into it. But I'm still learning because there's a whole psychology of, being grateful of things, waking up each and every day and being grateful for some of the things that took place in your life. I mean, especially this month is the time of, reflecting of what happened throughout the year. Because some of us, we feel like we have been on autopilot since January, just going. And then when somebody asks you at the end of the day, like, what is it that you're grateful for this year? Like, that's where you go deep and like, and look for those things, and actually realizing that, I wish I could go back into the moment, and be present at that time, because that time, that was the beautiful moment. It was magical when I was there. But the problem is I didn't have time to be present. I didn't have time to look things around me and take some time to say, you know what, I'm grateful for this day. Yeah, I don't think I've ever said that to say, I'm grateful for this day, man. So, yeah, I think, as much as you explained that, I did go in, and try to find some things, just to, hop in there. Even though people have done good things for me, I'm like, okay, I'm looking for bigger things here. Because for me, when somebody asks me, like, what am I grateful for? Like, I'm looking for something that's huge, that make a huge difference. But I feel like even if someone, made you coffee, without you asking, like, that day I was grateful for that person doing that for me, So, yeah.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
So this is an exercise that I perform routinely.
Yes.
Where I tend to take things for what they are, and I think one thing that Mo said, that he has grown as an individual, for me as well, philosophically, spiritually. I've learned to go within, and I've somehow realized that what we tend to see outside is a reflection of what's really inside as well. So the law that as within, so without. So it's an exercise I tend to do, and MooCee will tell you that when it rains, I'm like, guys, it's good. When it's sunny, it's good. When it's windy, it's the best weather. All weathers, all seasons. I love all seasons. So it's something I've this year alone I've started to do quite a lot, right? But echoing it now made me feel a bit different, and so it's something I want to continue, and I'm sure to continue doing that reflective thinking.
Yeah, and essentially that's just whenever someone would come to me for consultation is that's the state they want to bring you to.
Yeah, yeah.
Being able
Closer
to
to the mic, Osvaldo.
Oh, sorry. You see, I need help with this co-hosting thing. I need big lessons, guys. So I need to go close to the mic.
Yes, so you're nice and audible.
Yeah. So essentially, that's the essence of love.
Yeah.
Anything that you can't be grateful for then becomes a baggage. So by learning how to be grateful for all dynamics, then you're able to transcend that dynamic and move on.
Yeah.
To see that. But
it's been a good year, of course, and it's been a good morning, man, having you, because it's 15 minutes till we hit 10 o'clock. Yeah, I think this is where we're gonna let you go, and hoping that you're going to come back and share, as much as wisdom you can, because like we need to extract information from that brain of yours. Like we really need to find a way, right? But yeah, thank you so much, man, for taking your time to be with us, and looking forward to more engagement with you.
No, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No, man, we appreciate it, and we're very thankful for the fact that you actually pulled through and came through. And then, talking about appreciation and being grateful, one of the things that most people are very appreciative of is the fact that a person can actually come through and give them a hug. And today, one of those days, it's us celebrating Let's Hug Day. So Let's Hug Day is celebrated annually on the 3rd of December, and is all about recognizing the power of a simple embrace to spread warmth, comfort, and connection. The day highlights how hugs can lower stress, boost happiness, and strengthen bonds across cultures, serving as a universal gesture of affection. Beyond emotional benefits, research shows hugs release feel-good hormones, improve heart health, and even reduce pain, making this observance both symbolic and scientifically meaningful. It's a reminder to pause, share a hug with loved ones, and appreciate the healing impact of human touch. Can I just say that I think this is basically one of the other reasons why I like giving hugs. Anybody who truly knows me knows that when I feel sad or somebody else around me feels sad, the only thing that I want to do is just give a person a hug. Despite the fact that you do not want to talk about what's happening, I think for me that hugs are like a universal hidden language that most people are still yet to explore or do not actually know anything about. So please, when you feel sad or you know somebody that's not feeling okay, give them a warm embrace of a hug. Spread love, spread happiness, spread joy. Help a person reduce the huge amount of stress they are going through just with a simple hug. And that is something that will basically make everybody feel a little bit better. And then another day we're also celebrating is called United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Now, the United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities is observed annually on the 3rd of December to promote the rights, dignity, and well-being of persons with disabilities worldwide. It was established in 1992. The day raises awareness of challenges faced in political, social, economical, and cultural life, while emphasizing the inclusion and accessibility. Each year carries a theme, recently focusing on amplifying leadership and fostering disability-inclusive societies that reinforce the global disability rights movement principle of nothing about us without us. It serves as a reminder that sustainable development and social progress cannot be achieved without full participation and representation of persons with disabilities. So if you know anybody living with a disability, remember to also be kind, be gentle, be loving with them, because you never know what another person is going through. even with them, sharing a simple hug is also something that could lead to something that's even much more greater. So I hope that you guys are going to show love, spread the love, give out hugs, and of course, show love and care to people living with disabilities, hey?
Yeah, it's very important. Spreading love and legs. It's one of the things that people should do and
Yes.
practice in daily days,
Yes.
right? But yeah, I mean, national celebrations, we always get into that. And I think a lot of people can learn, because I know there's someone out there who doesn't know that there are national days and international days that are being celebrated, just to bring the spotlight into some of the things that we invent, some of the things that we go through as human beings, to say, I think sometimes it's very important to even celebrate people who cook. Let's celebrate mothers, let's celebrate fathers, let's celebrate, kids, anyone who's out there. I mean, there is even, I know, maybe surely there's even International Pens Day, just to appreciate the pens on what they have carried us through. Because we know that with pens, you can go, all in, no matter what the circumstances are, because if you don't have electricity, your gadgets can die. You don't have your notepad to write on, type, but if you have a pen that still has an ink, you can write down some of the things and appreciate, your life or anything that you're going through. But speaking of appreciation and celebrating, that we always celebrate celebrity birthdays. And if you happen to know anyone who is growing up, you can just hop on into the comment section or use the number to send your voice note, which is 0604933226. That's 0604933226. So for celebrity birthdays, today we have a rapper and a footballer. And I always like to say rappers play football with their mouth and footballers rap with their legs. So something that goes hand in hand. So one of the footballers that is growing up today is Lebogang Ramalepe, right? Lebogang was born in 1991 on this day, and she is turning 34 years old. And you're asking yourself, which team is she playing for? What does she do, right? Is she a good player, or is she not? She is, because she was part of the squad that won the CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations, which is the WAFCON. So she is a South African defender for Mamelodi Sundowns and the national women's team. So quite a good spell she had, both for national team and the club that she is playing for, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. And an interesting fact about her is she became only the 11th player in history to reach 100 caps for South Africa's women's national team, which is Banyana 11th, right? We know that in the list there's Bo Janine van Wyk, there's Bo Portia Modise, there's Bo Andile, all of those people mentioned who have quite good spell, by playing for both the club and national team. So happy birthday to Lebogang Ramalepe. And of course I mentioned that we also have a rapper who is growing up, and if of course you know him or you've heard that he was born on this day, yes, you are correct. That is Lil Baby, who was born today in 1994, and he is turning 31 years of age. And he, of course, is the person who found acclaim when he released his mixtape Perfect Timing in April 2017. Before becoming a rap superstar, he spent time in prison and was encouraged by Quality Control Records to pursue music seriously upon his release, leading to his breakout mixtape Perfect Timing in 2017. I mean, I see what they did there. You were in prison and then you had a breakout mixtape. So happy birthday to Lil Baby, and to anyone who is celebrating their birthday, please do make sure that you send through your shout outs so that we can just celebrate your birthdays, because we have only 7 minutes till we hit the 10 o'clock on the dot, right? So very, very, very interesting things that are taking place, right? But yeah, Vajasta, of course, came through another one. Maybe this person, her. She is a dancer who gained fame for her roles in Step Up and Take the Lead. She is currently engaged to actor, musician Steve Kazi. I'm just giving you clues into who am I speaking with right now. Steve Kazi, and was previously married to Channing Tatum, right?
If you remember, sorry to disturb you, there used to be a show where they invite singers to come and sing songs, but covers. It had John Legend's wife, and then Channing Tatum was invited on the show.
Yeah.
And then the then wife,
Yeah.
who's now the ex-wife, was also invited. So if you remember Magic Mike, right? At the release of Magic Mike, if you've seen it,
Yeah.
there's a scene where Channing Tatum literally dances in a wood workshop, and there's like some wood planks over there. He's there with some heavy machinery, and then he ends up dancing. And then the wife on the show did the dance where he danced in Magic Mike.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was like, it became one of the most iconic things that has ever happened on lip sync battle.
Yeah.
That has ever happened on lip sync battles, especially when it comes to celebrity couples who've been there. So yeah, man, she is an amazing dancer.
Yeah.
So I can't understand why they actually ended up even getting married.
Very interesting. She began her career as a backup dancer for Janet Jackson. Later performing with stars like Christina Aguilera, Pink, and Missy Elliott before breaking into acting. Yes, I'm talking about Jenna Dewan. Right there in your screen. Happy birthday, happy birthday to everyone, of course, who are celebrating their birthdays. And we know that this month is not yet over. It is the 3rd of December. We know that each and every day there's someone who is growing, and we love to show appreciation to that person. But for you who is listening and watching right now, yes, you have made it. It's the 3rd of December, and I'm hoping that we are going to make it through the 1st of January and start, of course, with this journey of ours that we have traveled. Very interesting things that have taken place, and it was very nice. 4 minutes till we hit 10 o'clock on the dot. That is the time. And we had a comment, of course, that came through right there on YouTube from KT. Good morning, #Vooka Breakfast Show. We appreciate you, Mr. Oz, for coming through and blessing us with wisdom as always. I'm grateful to be alive, the opportunities that have been coming into my life. Just take the time to be grateful. Gratitude, man, is one of the ingredients that should be instilled in you each and every day. That's why that is what we practice each and every day, just by giving you that energetic start to your day, accompanied by that daily dose of positivity, right? And then he comes through again and say, also grateful for my son and his mother. I'm grateful I still get to see my mom and my granny every day, and I'm just grateful of life. Right? And I think this is the question that you need to ask for the rest of your day. If you're someone at home right now at work, or maybe when you come back, you're seeing this later. I mean, it's not only today, but each and every day. Because I believe that December is time for reflection of the things that we have done, the decisions that we took. You know, we almost became other people out there, right? And it's time to talk about those things, to say, you know what, I'm grateful that night I didn't take that decision, because there are people who are incarcerated right now because of the decisions that they have taken, but you did not take that decision. You just decided to become that big person that you wanted to always become. So being grateful is one of the things that you always have to practice. I mean, I'm someone that is practicing, because trust me, as much as we're talking about these things, booty spending and buying things I don't need, trust me, guys, I am a victim to those things. Not being grateful for most of the things. I'm a victim to those things, right? I know that I am not grateful of most of the things that are happening, beautiful things, and I know people want, to show it, you to show it that you're grateful of some of the things that have happened. But yeah, that's a very good way to start this beautiful Wednesday morning. It was very, very nice to be with you. But from me, as the bigger person, as grateful to have you every morning from the hour of 7 o'clock up until 10 a.m. I would like to say love yourself, and you know what? Yeah, man, have a very beautiful day ahead of you. My name is MooCee Mist, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature, and generator. See you when I see you.
Yes, man. And for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry, plays the darker the berry, the sweeter than tuntun. Mnandumam nyama, mam floppy like the katekun put marloko from famba na meweta e khoma kahle. It's wrong wana mane. Learn to love yourself, be content with yourself, and always remember that you are your biggest motivator. See you tomorrow for that Spiritual Thursday. Yeah.
And your action started match the path of what you intended. Put the time in to perfect the craft, I'm the truest in it. Ain't a doubt about it either. When it's in, you better own it. I'ma shout it out the speakers from a small city where not many make it out the gate. I put my all in it to leave no debate on if I'm great. Plenty folks who got opinions that'll never know the stakes. When you solo every battle and your soul ain't got the faith. I'ma pray, I'm a hero, but I'm Clark without the cape. Put it on, I'm about to fly when I'm almost about to break. Understand you hold a trial and the triumph in your hand. What's the plan? You can't just take what they give you. You a man, you was chose. This life can get darker before it glows, but we shining and it shows through the flows and the prose that I speak. That's why you can find me at the peak. I get the climbing just when it's looking steep. With my feet dragging in place, I'ma still keep it moving, holding the pace. Feel the drive I can't ever replace. This the life I chose, and my hands still holding the wheel that I never know that it take. When the sight of the sun bring a smile, early morn make it work all the while. That the evening brings for the nighttime rings, and the moonlight sings me sign. Soldier in this, I was molded for this. Built and bred by the days I could never forget. It was bound to exist. Shape this land with my own hands, so pay what I'm worth. Give my respect to the grind, I'll never short on the work. If I be blessed to see old age, I'll smile at the dirt, knowing I own what is grown to pass it all down to my first. If you let some inside you die, then I'm here to rebirth. Never lose your purpose on this earth. With my feet dragging in place, I'ma still keep it moving, holding the pace. Feel a drive I can't ever replace. It's the life I chose, and my hands still holding the wheel that I never know that it take. When the sight of the sun bring a smile, early morn make it work all the while. That the evening brings for the nighttime rings, and the moonlight sings me sound.